Hello, everybody. Can everybody hear me? I want to make sure that y'all can hear me before I move forward. Can everybody hear me good? Can everybody hear me? Give me the heads up in the comments if you guys can hear me. If you can't, please let me know because I've been having a lot of issues with YouTube for the past couple weeks. That's why I haven't been doing as many shows. Can you guys hear me? Yes? Okay, Arthur, thank you. Thank you so much for that. So I'm going live today right near by my fish tanks. I have like a bunch of fish tanks in my house. So the noise you hear, the water, that's the fish tank. So I don't want y'all to get that confused and think I'm peeing. I'm not. It's a fish tank. So um, I want to say thank you to those who can attend today. I know that a lot of people are busy today. A lot of things are going on in people's personal lives. I've had people email me and tell me that they just did not feel comfortable going on a live show and talking about their traumas. They didn't want certain people to hear it. They don't know who's listening, and they don't want their business out there like that. And I understand that. But the whole point of this episode is for you to talk about the things you've experienced because we hear about it, but sometimes people say, well, how do we know they're telling the truth? I don't know this person. But when you're personal about it on a podcast, it allows people to ask the questions that they may have, right? I think it's important that we talk about the things that we were subjected to in our lives because that's what molded us today, right? A lot of people are not doing that. A lot of people are not addressing mental health. But I can say lately, a lot of podcasts and Instagram pages are now talking about mental health. Um, and I don't know if it's because they see what I'm doing, but I've been getting a lot of copycats. And just so you guys know, I'm fully aware of the young Black men who started Mental Health Matters, a clothing line. So let me tell you guys what happened. The Shade Room posted these three young men. I believe they're all in their teens, like 18, 19. They're young. They started a Mental Health Matters line last year. The concept is it says mental health matters and it has a phone number for you to call if you need help with mental health, right? Before they changed their brand to mental health, they were going by another name. And then all of a sudden overnight, they then became Mental Health Matters. The Shade Room posted them and they ended up getting 40,000 sales year to date. A lot of people were inboxing me saying that they copied you and all that. You know what? You know, people are going to imitate. People are going to act like they give a damn, but they don't. We saw how Derek Jackson started talking about mental health last year when before they didn't give a fuck about it. You see these pages that post fights and ass shaking and titties all day. Now they're posting about mental health. I did a mental health meme over a year ago with Tyrese, Kanye West, and Will Smith, and that went viral. I'm now seeing pages reshare that meme that I created with my words, and now I'm seeing 1 million likes. I'm seeing pages that usually get like 3,000 likes on like an ass shaking video. When they post my mental health stuff, it's now like at 30,000 or 100,000, and I'm getting tagged every day. That's what happens. That's what happens when you talk about mental health. Pages don't recognize it, but they will steal and repost it and get profit off of me, right? So I'm fully aware of all the pages and people who are now discussing mental health. But those who know me, those who have been rocking with me for years, know that this isn't a gimmick. We know that during COVID, the NBA, NFL, all of them started getting more into mental health. This should have been something that was talked about before COVID, before something happened in the world, right? So you got a lot of fake people out there that act like they care about mental health, but they don't give a fuck. It's all about getting your money. They're not offering those services for you. We are also aware that Derek Jackson's wife is now offering infidelity coaching, and she's charging up to $7,000 a month to get coaching through her. So if anybody is dumb enough to get coaching through her, all I can say to you is good luck. He just announced a divorce in December. All of a sudden, this woman is using her pain for profit. She's charging people between $1,000 and $7,000 a month just for a 30-minute coaching session. She doesn't have any credentials. The only thing we know is that she was a doormat for many years, right? First, I thought she was the innocent victim, but now she's doing exactly what Derek Jackson did for years. You know, so if anybody is considering going through her, good luck. I don't think she's qualified to tell someone how to avoid being cheated on when this woman was Derek Jackson's doormat for many years. Now we know the truth that she was studying sex tapes and text messages, and pussy pics. This woman knew Derek Jackson was cheating for many years and stayed. How are you going to teach another woman to go when you didn't go? Because the money was good, right? Derek Jackson was bringing in that money. So now that we know that she chose to be a doormat, we look at her differently. She's not really a victim. Ladies, if you're getting cheated on by a man and you see the sex tapes, you see all the proof you can see, why stay? So now his wife is profiting off other people. Their divorce is not officially final yet. So that just tells me that whatever she's making, he's still going to get a piece of that until that divorce is final. Y'all know what I'm saying here? This is a scam. So it's really sad how this woman is acting like she cares about other women who went through this, when in reality, she just wants your money. So ladies, please be careful. Don't let this woman throw God into the mix just to get a couple bucks from you, okay? Okay, so guys, trauma. We all know that somebody in our lives, or we ourselves experience some type of trauma. And when I say trauma, I don't mean you were molested. I don't mean that, it doesn't have to be that. It could be that you were, verbally abused by your parents, telling you ain't shit. It could be, getting into a relationship that you knew wasn't healthy for you, but you stayed. It could be a lot of things that we did in our lives. And you could have done these things when you were young, but it's good to talk about it. The reason why I'm doing this episode is because over the past few months, I've been receiving a lot of emails from people telling me about the personal trauma that they experienced. I cannot get to everybody. So this platform is so that you guys can come onto the show and tell others what you went through. So maybe they're going through it and they don't know an outlet, right? We know that right now in the African American community, people don't have, $250 an hour for someone to tell them that they're fucked up, right? They don't have that type of money. So when you can actually talk about it to other people and not have to spend any money, to me, that's therapy, y'all. Therapy don't got to be you going to see a paid person. Therapy can be you venting to someone, right? Where it's free. You see, people tend to think that because if you're not paying money for it, it's not valid. That's not true. You don't need to pay money to someone for someone to tell you about ways that you can cope, right? So that's why we're doing this episode. If, I know there's a couple people that said they would join, but we're just going to be free here to speak about what we've went through, okay? I've told people about the traumas that I went through, because people tend to think that because I'm the queen of accountability, I've never went through any type of trauma myself, and I did. To those who have followed me for years and they know all about me, they know I didn't grow up in an easy life. I lost my mother when I was 16 years old. I was still a sophomore in high school, right? For any woman to lose a mother who's teaching you how to be a better woman, that's hard. A lot of women that I grew up around that did not have their mothers, they became hoes. So we're going to keep it real here on this platform. I went to school with a lot of these hoes. And I'm going to say hoes because they haven't changed. So, and they know who I'm talking about. And some of them I'm not even friends with today because they don't like accountability. Well, when you were in high school, you were loud. I don't give a fuck how loud I was. I wasn't a hoe. Even when I lost my mother, I didn't become a hoe. And then that following year, when I was a junior, I lost my grandmother on my mother's birthday. So I got hit with two big traumas, bang, bang, right to the heart, right? So I didn't have a woman figure in my life to tell me how to be a better woman. My dad taught me how to be a good woman. A lot of people think that men can't step up. That is absolutely untrue. Men can step up. See, the difference is having a dad and he's raising girls, he's going to be strict as a motherfucker. My dad was strict and he didn't even go to the military. He was strict. My curfew was 9 p.m. My brother, who was 2 years younger than me, his curfew was 11. Let that sink in. That to me was a trauma. I didn't get to be out longer than my brother, and I was older. So, but I understood where my dad was coming from. My dad had 3 daughters. All of us were teenagers. All of us. And we were all, I didn't fully develop until maybe my junior year, but my 2 older sisters, man, they were there. They had the bodies. And none of us were hoes. None of us had that reputation in high school. Because my father taught us how to be women, not 304s. Now, a lot of the women that I grew up with, their excuse was I didn't have this and that. That doesn't mean that you should use that as an excuse to be a hoe. So even when I lost my mother and my grandmother, I was still able to graduate high school without missing one day of high school in 4 motherfucking years. That is an accomplishment nobody can take from me. How did I do it? Because I knew my mother would want me to finish school and not become what everybody else was becoming, right? So That was a trauma. Then shortly after high school, I would say I got into a relationship for 2 years with someone, and I wasn't ready to sleep with him yet. I remained a virgin until 21 years old. That is something else that I'm proud of, because I wasn't gonna let a man tell me how beautiful I was just to get the panties. My dad taught me the little games that men will play on you. So when I was ready, and I don't regret my first time. I know a lot of people can say, "Oh yeah, I regret it." Not me, because I took my time. I was ready. I don't know too many people. A lot of the people I grew up with, they lost their virginity at 14, 15. I can't relate to that. To me, that's some whole shit. Sex wasn't that important to me. Graduating was, right? So after that 2 year relationship, I got into another relationship for almost 4 years, in which I had my ass kicked. Um, I didn't know what traumas he was dealing with. um, I didn't ask him, because at that time I'm still young, right? We don't know how to ask, "Are you okay? Tell me more about that." I didn't think to ask him that, but I didn't know that this man was abused his whole childhood by his mother. So when I tell you that a lot of men go through trauma, they know how to suppress their trauma. See, a woman will bring that trauma into every relationship if she doesn't heal within herself, right? Men, they will hold on to it until that one person pisses them off, and then the whole family and the dog and the hamster is dead, right? Because you can either be explosive or implosive. And the most dangerous person is the one that's implosive. They'll let that shit build up until one day you sneeze wrong and everybody's dead, right? We know people like that just will attack. So you got to be careful how you talk to people as well. So going through that relationship, it did make me stronger. I never once actually, I actually did. I think I called the cops one time because he had a knife to my throat and wouldn't let me go pick up a check. Um, and then I told him, "Oh no, I was wrong." I rescinded it, but I never had him taken to jail. I knew if he went to jail, his life would be over, right? This was in Arizona. Arizona, they don't really take keen to black men. They want you to fuck up so they can put you out there in them tents, 118-degree weather, where there's rats and there's scorpions. Good luck, right? That's the life for a man who puts his hands on a woman. So even though I did want to get him arrested, I didn't, because I knew that it would be bad for him. So I allowed him to put his hands on me. Why didn't I leave? Because the threats he made, I believed them. If you've been stabbed before, if you've been knocked unconscious before, then you know that if someone tells you, if you say something to this person, you're dead, you're going to believe that shit, right? Some of your abusers might say, "Oh, keep on, not kill your whole family." And they're not going to do shit. Those are words. But when they're doing actions to you where you're almost killed, you're going to believe everything they say, right? Um, I didn't know this man was suffering. I didn't know he was abused because he never told me in the talking phase. I talked to him for several weeks before I decided to go on my first date with him, and it backfired on me. What I didn't know was that every time we got into an argument and I would cuss at him, it reminded him of his mother when she used to beat him. I told you guys the worst thing that he told me she did was she grabbed a cheese grater and grated his skin. If anybody knows about those old school cheese graters before the shredded cheese was big and popular, those they were silver and they were sharp as fuck. They were sharp. She would use that to grate his skin. That's how mad she was at his dad for leaving her for another woman who wasn't black. So it was really, really bad. She took it out on him for years, and then he took that abuse out on me. How I got out, I called his dad and told his dad he had two options: come get this man, or I'm gonna have to call 911 because I want to live. When you're surrounded by death as a kid, and your family's already minute, you're not gonna sit up here and put yourself in a position where your dad might be burying his baby, right? Didn't want to put my dad through that after he buried my mother. So I told his dad, you had two options. His dad was there within an hour, 45 minutes within an hour. He was there with two suitcases. He told him, "Get your shit, we're out of here." And I never saw him again. What did happen was he sent an email to me apologizing to the abuse that he put me through, and he told me he got help. So what I'm trying to tell you guys is that we all go through our own traumas. We do. I know women right now that are in abusive relationships, and I ask them, why not leave? "Oh, because we have kids." I don't care if you had dogs. I don't care if you had property. Your life can't be replaced. And if you have kids, that should be more than enough reason for you to get out. There are so many ways you can get out now. You can send a text to 911. You can do so many things. One thing about abusers nowadays, they'll let your ass go to work. They'll let your ass. And there's women that get abused at home every day, and they go to work like everything's fine. When you go to work, you are free to get this man locked up, right? Oh, but then he's gonna try to kill me. You know what? If you have an outlet like a friend or a family member, let them hold the kids, and you make sure this man never gets out, because he's gonna kill you regardless. What y'all need to realize is if you don't leave, he's gonna kill you. If you leave, he's gonna kill you. So you might as well take your chances and leave. Most of them will scare you, but they're scared themselves because they know already that they've already pushed you to the limit. They already know that if they are caught, they're going to be gone for a long time, especially when kids are involved. They keep their asses longer. So ladies, you don't, and gentlemen, because there's men out there in relationships where they're verbally abused, right? They're cussed at, you ain't shit, you're lazy, you only make 10.50 an hour. You got men that are in verbally abusive relationships, and people say, well, you're a man, you're an alpha male, get up and leave. It's not easy for men either, you guys. It's not easy. It's not, especially when they do have kids and they have a family, and he knows if he leaves her for her abuse, what is she going to do? Let's say a man was in a verbally abusive relationship with Tamika, and she's been verbally abusing him for 3 years, and they got 2 kids. If he leaves, what do you think Tamika's going to do? She's going to head right down to that child support office. Do you think they're going to believe him if he says she was verbally abusing me for 2 years and I left? No. They're going to look at him like a piece of shit deadbeat dad who up and left because he didn't want to deal with the 2 kids with Tamika. That's why men don't leave. Y'all get it? Women can get the kids and leave, right? And flee the state. That's not kidnapping. That's parenting. But let a man do it. It's kidnapping. Do y'all get what I'm trying to say here? So we have all been through traumas in our lives. You have some people that are scared to date because when they tried it backfired. It was horrible, right? So what I want you guys to know today is that it's okay to talk about what you went through, right? Because that's not going to be your final destination. It's to help you become stronger. Because if you do not address your traumas, it's going to be dangerous for you. I'm telling you guys, when I did not address my mother's death, when I did not, and I skipped something here. When I lost my mother, I was a sophomore. When I lost my grandmother, I was a junior. And then a few months later, my uncle OD'd on drugs. They found his dead body in a car that was already decomposing because the sun was so hot. The heat in Arizona was so hot, he was decomposing. You know how they identified him? In his wallet, he had a picture of me. That still freaks me out to this day. My uncle, OD'd on drugs. They found his body. And this was after him finding out about him losing his sister the previous year and then his mother the next year. So they found my uncle's dead body. And then my sister told me, yeah, I went to go identify him. And he had his wallet and your picture was in there. It freaked me out, you guys, because I just couldn't believe that that's how they knew he was our family member, my uncle. So I lost 3 people in a matter of a year and a half. The hardest, and let me tell you, that's not the end of that trauma for me. You would have thought I would have tried to harm myself with the shit that I went through. Not only did I lose my mother, grandmother, and uncle within a year and a half, my junior year, I was in the newspapers for basketball. Basketball was my first love. When it came to basketball, if anybody ever goes to Arizona to visit, and you go to Rose Mofford Sports Complex, I believe it's off of Dunlap and 23rd Avenue, ask about Daphne. I was one of the top female basketball players, and all I did was play with guys. That's how I got better. I would go to the women's basketball, my practice for 2 hours. The men were right after us. I would stay and practice with the men on the side. We had the kind of gym where you had the main gym. On each side of the gym, you had like those extra hoops. I would practice with the men. That's how good I wanted to be. I was in the newspapers. They were telling people to look out for me because I wasn't to be fucked with. I was really good at basketball, but my coach did not like me. My coach didn't like me because I was skilled. People loved being around me. I was a motivator. And my coach was white and her boyfriend was black. Her boyfriend knew how to dribble the ball. He used to do some and one tricks back in the day. And one, you knew how to throw it through their legs, put it through your shirt. He was that type of dude. And I thought those little tricks were dope. I used to love playing street ball and I wanted to learn those tricks. He wanted me to get better with my ball handling. So he would stay after our practice and help me with my ball handling. And it made me better. My coach thought I was sleeping with this man. Mind you, I was a child, right? My coach was so jealous of me that pissed her off. So my junior year over the summer, I worked with her boyfriend. He helped me with my shot. He helped me get better with my game. My senior year, she cut me. Yeah, y'all heard that right. That's how jealous she was of me. She cut me, and I played for her for 2 years. My sophomore year, my junior year, I was on varsity. I played with this person for 2 years, and she cut me my final year. Even though I was in the newspaper, even though everybody used to come and see me play, she cut me, y'all. So not only did I lose my mother, my grandmother, and my uncle, that next year, my senior year, I lost basketball and it was too late to transfer. She got me at the right time. If you know you're not going to make a team, you can transfer, but they had like a time frame. She did it right after the time frame passed where I couldn't transfer because I would have transferred. Real talk. So my coach cut me my senior year. Now I had 4 traumas that happened to me. Y'all would have thought I would have drove off a cliff or something, right? She took basketball from me. When I found out I didn't make the team, it was the hardest. Second to losing my mother. It was second to losing my mother. I did not feel like I had a reason to live. I went back and I asked her, what did I do wrong? Because you only get better. If I sucked, I wouldn't have been on varsity for 2 years. What did I do wrong? And she told me we have too many guards. That's what she said, y'all. So I did the walk of shame. I walked home. I took the long way home. And I told my dad, she took basketball from me. And I cried because I said, why would someone do that to me? This is my last year to really prove myself so I can go to a D1 school. And she took it from me. People were so affected by me not making the team. The basketball coach, the men's basketball coach, went back and tried to talk to her. He tried to get her fired. None of that worked. The men's basketball team advocated for me. That's why I said men have always had my back. The men's basketball team said, this ain't right. This girl is the best person on the team, and she's cut. They were trying to get my school to realize that I'm important. But you know what? She's white. This is Arizona. She had more pull than I did, right? So even the men's basketball coach, he couldn't help me. The men's basketball players couldn't help me either. So the team that I played with for 2 years, they just felt some type of way. They quit the team. So the people that I played with, that I was like always with, and we always practiced together, they also quit the team. And then the basketball team went on to be like 2-24. They only won 2 games. It was the worst in my school's history. So they ended up firing her the next year, but I was already gone, right? That's how they did her. So that is all the things I went through. When she took away basketball, I turned to dance. I was really good at hip hop. I was really good at like flamenco, jazz. I knew that. I wasn't no ballerina because I had curves, but I knew how to do hip hop. So I received 4 dance scholarships my senior year. I had 2 my junior year and 4 my senior year. I had 6 dance scholarships from junior year to senior. My junior year, I didn't care about those dance scholarships because I knew basketball was my thing. But my senior year, I was considering 4 dance scholarships. Hip hop was my thing. I was really good at that. But I didn't take none of them. I didn't take none of the scholarships because even though I love dance, I didn't want to go to school for it. That wasn't me, y'all. Basketball was my love. So I didn't do that. So the traumas that I went through, I'm sure people can relate. I'm sure people didn't know that about me, but now. I don't hide anything I've done. That's what I went through. What I regret not doing is getting counseling when I did lose all that. Guys, I bottled all that in. So those things I went through with high school, getting into a 2-year relationship, that was fine. Then getting into an abusive one, piling that on top of what I went through. Guys, I never addressed any of the traumas that I went through. I told everybody I'm okay. That was my favorite line. I'm good, right? And then in 2011, that's when I had a nervous breakdown and I almost died. It was so bad. Like I told you guys, they had me on suicide watch. Now, I wasn't planning on killing myself, but the behaviors that I was showing them made them think she might kill herself, right? They had me in a facility for 2 weeks. I had to wear these scrubs. It was scary for me because I was by myself. Me and my husband, we almost didn't make it because he didn't know what was going on. He said when I met her, she was fine. Then all of a sudden, bam, it hit me all of a sudden. It just happened. One day, my heart just started racing. I was standing still, but my heart rate was almost at 200. I knew that wasn't right because I wasn't moving, right? So that landed me in the hospital. It took 9 hours for my heart rate to go down. Guys, I didn't know what was going on. All I knew was that I was all alone. Nobody was there. Everybody called me crazy because they were so used to the happy me. They were so used to the motivator and the one that inspires people, that when they saw me depressed, not wanting to eat, not wanting to, enjoy the day, they turned their backs on me. So I had a lot of people turn their backs on me when they knew that I was going through my mental health stuff. I didn't know anything about mental health. I didn't know anxiety ran in my family. I found that out down the road, right? We don't know until we speak about it. I didn't know that it was in my dad's side of the family for years. My dad told me there would be times at work where he would have a panic attack and he would hide so nobody saw him until it went away, right? I didn't know those things, and if he would have told me, I could have eliminated a few of those hospital visits, right? It got so bad that hospitals would say, this person here, don't let her in, because I was going frequently for little stuff, right? So what I'm saying is I went through this by myself. Me and my husband almost didn't make it. And then he found out through his mom that she had it too. And if she didn't go back home, she wouldn't have had him. That was powerful. She went to medical school and got anxiety, was away from home, and she ended up going back. And that's when she had my husband. So if it wasn't for her anxiety, he wouldn't even be here today. And she told him about how she would have panic attacks and her body would lock up. So again, he then realized that it is real. It don't mean you're crazy. It's just something that we go through. So I wouldn't want anyone to go through what I went through because it's a lonely road. People tell you they got your back until some real shit happened. When I was in that facility, not one person came to see me but my dad. Not one person. And inside that same facility, they had a men's side and a woman's side. That's where I saw my friend Anthony, who was going to kill himself. And when he saw me, he was more surprised that he saw me, the happy person, right? And I saved him from taking his life. So guys, what I'm saying is in 2011, I saved my friend's life and I saved my own life. I knew then, man, how come they weren't watching this man? He was away. He was in the back. So they allow you to walk around. They don't put things in your view that you can harm yourself with. But he got a hold of a soda can. I don't know how he did it. I don't know how he was able to open up the soda can where it had the ridges. I don't know. All I know is that I caught his ass. And they had barbed wire on the top of the fence, so you couldn't jump over or nothing. So when I caught my friend Anthony, I said, "What are you doing?" And he looked at me like, "Why are you here?" Because we're all human, right? And I told him, "Don't do that. Your life means more." He threw that piece of can over the fence and we hugged for a long time and we both cried. I was so disgusted at the staff that they weren't watching the men like that. Men can just kill themselves and they wouldn't be watching. So I did make a complaint. I was able to save his life. Where were you guys at? It pissed them off. They couldn't wait for my ass to leave, of course, because they weren't doing their job. But I saved my friend Anthony's life. And to this day, I always say, he was the reason to spark my mental health. And men needed that. That's why the website is 2011, because that's a year that was traumatic for me. So guys, like I said, it's okay. It's okay to go through the traumas like this and talk about it because it's going to make you better. If I was able to overcome all that, and when I say overcome, I still have occasional panic attacks. I do. It used to be so bad I couldn't even go into stores, y'all. It used to be so bad I couldn't play basketball. I couldn't do the normal things I used to love to do because anxiety took over. You have NBA players, NFL players, baseball players. There's a baseball player who took 2 weeks off because of anxiety. It sounds like something little, but it's not, y'all. It ain't. These men now, basketball, a lot of them, anxiety is affecting them and they can't even play. So when I tell y'all that it's serious, it's serious. This ain't no joke. And unless you went through it, I don't judge somebody who's going through it. It's scary. It's a scary feeling. You feel like you're having a heart attack. If anybody's ever had a panic attack, you feel like your world is closing down on you. And really, it's our mind. When I went to see a heart specialist, he told me whenever you would take a pill, did you instantly feel better? Yes. He said, pills don't work like that. He's right. But my mind told me, once you take this pill, everything will be okay. Right? That's how people get addicted. So that's why I like to talk to people about it, because I don't want anyone to go down that road. I got off pills early in the game. because I was scared of the side effects. I was a hypochondriac. I looked at every side effect in life. And if it had even one that was death, I was done. So I started doing holistic approaches, you know, praying and meditating because I did not want to take pills. So I'm just saying, guys, I just dropped the link in the comments. I want men, and this is for men and women, because in my life coaching, I've talked to a lot of women. I've talked to a lot of women who have been molested. I've talked to men who have been molested. And if you want me to be honest, I've had more cases of men who were molested than women. I know that sounds weird to y'all, but we need to start addressing the elephant in the room. A lot of men were like Antoine Fisher growing up. It might not have been your mom's friend or your auntie, but it could have been the babysitter. If you guys watch YouTube, this dude on YouTube, his name is Unghetto Matthew. He has these dreads. He gets on my nerves, but he did a show where he had them turning away from the camera, and he'll say, "Tell us your deepest, darkest secret that happened to you," and you could either turn around and show your face or walk off. The three men that spoke, all of them admitted to being sexually assaulted by a babysitter or their mother's friend, and one of them even said he has a kid. That right there made me want to throw up. Do you realize how many times men were left in the hands of babysitters and the mothers and or the dads? They thought they can trust this woman and she was fucking their child. I just think that's disgusting. But I'm telling you, to these guys, they thought it was cool. Oh, yeah, I had me an older woman. Hey, they don't realize that they were sexually assaulted, y'all. Because the stigma is if a man has sex with a much older woman and he's a child, it's okay. You're the man. You're a player. That isn't true at all. That's rape. And a lot of them won't see it that way. But let Chester Molester mess with a young girl. Oh, he's done. He's done. They want R. Kelly. You know, they still want to add 30 more years to R. Kelly's 30 years already, right? But we don't do the same for women who do it. Women get slapped on the wrist. We've seen teachers who move to the apartments of their 12 and 13-year-old students get 6 months in prison, right? Ask yourself why women are getting less time than men. That's trauma. Imagine that boy whose teacher only got 6 months and she had been molesting him from 12 to 13 years old and even moved into his apartment complex, y'all. I'm not making this shit up. Moved into his apartment complex. They gave this trick 6 months in prison. Tell me where the punishment is. Do you think they would have gave Chester the molester 6 months in prison for having sex with his 12-year-old student and then moving into her apartment complex? He'd be killed. So why do women get so many slaps on the wrist? And then you wonder why a lot of these boys don't say a damn thing, because they know women are not going to be penalized. Why would I tell the world that this woman's been molesting me for 10 years when I know they're going to look at me and say he's lying? Well, why didn't you say anything? Why didn't you fight her off? You're a man, right? You're stronger, right? They make excuses when men are the victims. I've seen it. I've seen it. Tell me I'm wrong. Okay, hold on. Daquan. Hey, Daquan.
How you doing, Queen? Good afternoon, everybody. How's everything?
Everything's good. I know you got something to say.
Well,
We
I
want
mean,
to
it
hear.
was in. Oh, well, you want me to start with the long story, or you want me to just
I want
give
you to
everything in
condense
a
it. Your
nutshell?
story better not be 50 minutes. I'm just playing. No, no, no. I want you to try to condense it. Try to condense it. And tell us what your story is, and maybe this will allow other people to get on. I know there's a lot of men who are a little nervous, but I tell you guys every day you don't have to show your face. You don't even have to put your real name. Okay? If that helps. But go ahead, Daquan. We want to hear your story, sir.
I mean, well, in regards to having courage to try and speak out, I mean, I really have a keen connection with my therapist in regards to being more out with my story. That way, I could alleviate most of the turmoil and temperaments that I've had to deal with growing up as a young black man in this society. But just coming up from the beginning, I really wasn't in care of my mother or my father per se. My father wasn't in the picture at all. So we already see what the single parent picture is going on with. But my mom was dealing with a lot of emotional and a lot of psychological issues at the time, her own self personally. So it's kind of hard for somebody that's already hurt to try and want to help somebody when all they intend to do is just hurt someone else instead, if you get where I'm coming from. From the time that I was born, it was a lot of issues as far as just abuse, neglect, to the point where ACS, who's basically the protective child services that are in New York State, they got into the situation because they found out through an investigation that I was actually being sexually assaulted over a 6 month span. So it started from when I was about 6 months to around 1 year old. And then during that duration between my first year and my second year, that's when they took full custody of me and placed me into a foster home. And from there, I just stayed jointly within the system and never found my way out until I was 21. But it's just a lot of damage internally, a lot overall within my family that I'm starting to actually find out, reaching out to them and actually consulting with them in regards to what happened to who, how everything was placed. Because there's a lot of people that aren't here anymore that I can't go to try and get that answer from that are older than them. Because my grandmother's already gone. She died in 2008. And my grandfather, I believe he passed a year after that. That's my mother's father because my grandmother wasn't technically married to my mother. She had other children outside of her marriage, so to say. So I'm finding out my grandmother basically had a Freaknik episode, so to say. So all of this is coming retrovert back to me, and I'm trying to piece everything together. But just on concert of, on my mother's part, I'm trying to forgive her, but it's really not conjuncting well because she's seeing how her health is catching up and her wants and everything that's dotted around her needs to be manifested. But one thing I'm trying to let her know in concrete, I've established a life for myself outside of what I went through, outside of what me and you have established. To be honest, I haven't really established anything. There's not one day I spent under your roof. There's not one life lesson that I was taught by you. Like my first time riding a bike, or the first time I actually got a scraping or a bruise on my knee, the first time I got put on the bus to school, my high school graduation. I couldn't even talk about the birds and the bees coming to you because obviously we see what became of that. But it's just a lot of wants and things that she wants, but she has to understand it's not really what you want right now. You got to understand and conceive what's going on with me before you want to even step into that light, or if I even want to step into that light, because there's so much darkness. It's really hard for me to try and see that speck of light at the end of the tunnel. But I'm still encouraged. I'm still locked down with my doctor and my therapist to make sure that therapeutically I'm at least treating everything the way I need to. But that's basically three-quarters of everything outside of the foster care chapters that I could tell you about. But overall, I'm just here to let everybody know, if you're sticking around with somebody that intends to hurt, don't do it, because those people need healing themselves. And if they're not trying to accept the healing that you want to give them, it's best that you go your own way and walk your own path. Try to find peace on your own light because it's too much damage. I'm trying to reparate and try to repair everything. And going back right now, that's a little bit too early for me, just to be quite frank. So it is what it is. I love everybody, but I guess that's just everything I got to say. You can have the floor back if you want.
Well, first I want to say, thank you for sharing that because you didn't have to. Not only did you share it, but you're showing your face, which says so much about your character. You didn't
Like
have.
I said, I tell the truth. I ain't got nothing to hide, Queen. I'm always authentic. You can even check my IP. It's registered under my name. I ain't got to lie.
I'm not gonna do no. Y'all be thinking that I just be running information just for the hell of it, huh?
Nope, I ain't say all that. I'm just saying I know I should be verified just as well as you. That's all I'm saying.
No, no,
My,
I know you're real. The thing is, I know you're real, and you sharing that, it's not common for a man to talk about things that he was um, subjected to as a child. And I definitely want to commend you on that because I know it wasn't easy. You saying it, it gets better. It gets more. I don't want to say it gets easier because for a lot of men it doesn't. It gets harder because you don't know who's going to judge you. You don't know who's going to say, "Well, no, that isn't true." And I know that you say you're trying
hmm
to repair the relationship with your mom. Well, when I speak to my clients who were, molested by family members, one of them, it
hmm
was his auntie. It was his own auntie. And when he told his mother, she laughed. Ha ha ha. She would never do that. Like, don't do that because you don't like
that's
her.
what happened to my cousin. I don't mean to cut you off, but from 7 to 13, she dealt with it as well. From
Yeah.
somebody that
And
was, I'm saying,
that's,
in cahoots with my aunt, and she didn't find out until she walked in on it.
oh, wow. And that's the last thing a mother wants to hear is that her sister is fucking her child, who is a minor. You don't believe that. And in the mom's eyes, she just felt like her son didn't like her sister because she's a disciplinarian. She whoops, she hits. And most kids don't like that. You know how when you don't want to go to grandma's house when grandma's mean and strict, you go outside, you're not coming back in. That type of grandmother, so you don't want to be there.
Nah,
So you got some
my
kids,
mother was more about penetration and castration during that time. So
right?
she had her moments. She was on her furious trial. I guess it is what it is. Somebody had to deal with it, but I'm an infant. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? That's what I'm trying to think.
Yeah, and
I,
he
I,
and he.
I can't even use the bathroom correctly without thinking about you in a good way. Like that
Wow,
hurts.
wow. And you had men that went through that, and when they told their parents, they didn't take it seriously, and that's what caused them to never say anything at all. So the guy
There
who
you
told me
go.
about the story, he actually was contemplating killing his mother, and I asked him if I could talk about it. He said it was okay. I'm not going to use his name, but he was contemplating killing his mother because he felt like if it happened to me, I know it happened to, his other siblings. And not only that, his mother ended up, getting into a new relationship, and that man had other kids. And so that would mean that her sister was around those kids too. So he felt if he
Mm,
killed her, he would be saving those kids' lives. And I'm like, no, because you're taking your own life and you have kids. So I had to really talk him down from not trying to harm his mother. That's how hurt he was. I told him, you got to forgive her. And he said, I will never forgive her. I want her to die. I want y'all to understand there's people in this world who would give their right arm to have one of their parents who passed away back. Because one thing about having a parent, you only get one of those. You get one mom, one dad, that actually birthed you, gave birth to you. You could have a step parent, but it's not the same as your real parent.
that's what I'm saying. Cause I got hella foster mom and dads. Like they all over New York State. Well, you know what I'm saying, I can reach out to them whenever I want to, and I could literally say they've been more of a logistic parent than my mother
I
ever
believe
was.
I believe that. Just like when people were mad at Jimmy Butler because his black mother gave up on Jimmy, right? And then the white woman took him in and molded him into the man he is today. So he never forgets the white mother who had his back. He doesn't say his black mom ain't shit. He just said, I'm going to acknowledge the woman who raised me and took me in and loved me just like she loved her real kids. She
That's
considered me
why
her
that's
kid. People
facts.
wanted him.
That's why I love JB Fox because he walked the same path, being in the system, and he was able to get adopted and actually have a family of his own.
Check that out. A lot of people get adopted because the parents are not doing their job. That's why when they say, "Oh, I gave birth to Taekwon," that don't mean that you're a good mother. If you out here selling
Exactly.
pussy, you're not a good mother. You're putting your kid in harm's way. So again, I
Hmm.
told this man he had to forgive his mother, not for her, but for him. It's hard to do that,
So
but you have to do it. If you don't forgive them, you're giving them power over you because you're still mad. That means that they still got to you. But if you forgive them and say, I love you, but I'm going to love you from a distance, now you got the coals off of your head. Now you don't have to worry about, okay, because what usually happens is that parent falls ill and you didn't get a chance to say you love them or I love you, but I'm gonna love you from a distance. And then that's a regret that you will always have on your heart because you did not forgive them. And we are taught we have to forgive. Even if they harmed us, we have to forgive.
hmm
Now, mind you, I sat there and told you guys how that coach took basketball away from me. Do you think I can go back and do high school again? No, I can't. She took
but
something from me that I
I
could
know,
never. Go
but
ahead.
Daphne, I just know one time if you could, you would, and you would bust everybody's ass walking off that court. I know you would.
But let me tell y'all this. You know, her taking that away from me after suffering all those traumas, I don't think no kid should ever have to go through that. And I hated her. It wasn't a dislike, it was a hate. It was such a strong hate that when she came back
Mm,
to our school again a couple years later, I was volunteering for my school doing the scoreboard. I was doing the scoreboard for when there's leagues, they come to a school and use their gym. Well, guess who
yes,
was doing
ma'am.
the scoreboard? I was. And I found out that my coach was on a league. Well, the team she was playing, they were one man short. So guess who they asked to fill in for that one man short? Me.
Oh,
Guess who I
revenge.
decided to guard?
Oh my God, revenge at
Her.
his best. I could just smell it.
Listen
Oh
to me.
man,
So
with the
it
work,
was it was
with the
so
work.
properly planned out. I had a backup person that could do the scoreboard for me. So they did
Oh
that,
my
and I put
God,
on a
shut up.
jersey. I went against the coach who cut me. I was pushing her down. I was going hard in the paint. I made her life hell that day. She was red in the face.
I bet you
Oh,
did.
she
Probably
hated me.
probably pulled the triple double on her ass, something crazy. Uh,
I guys listen. I took her to the hoop. I our team won, but it didn't count because that team was one person short, and I wasn't on their original roster. So
I count
technically,
it.
my
Fuck
coach's
that.
team won,
I
but I
count
got the
that. Fuck it.
satisfaction I needed.
That
Right?
exactly. That's what it is. That's why I'm counting. Fuck that bullshit. You put that bitch in the grinder. That's what I'm talking about.
That's what I
Right?
did.
Respectfully so.
But look, but check this out. When I did start working on my mental health, okay, when I did go into that center, and then I actually started talking to a therapist about the traumas I dealt with, and she asked me, "Why didn't you ask for help?" Because we were taught that if you asked for help, you were crazy, and I didn't want no one to look at me that way. I wanted to keep being that loud, happy person that everybody
Exactly.
loved. So she told me, "You need to start forgiving those who hurt you." And you got to start letting a lot of that pain go, or you're going to keep landing yourself right here in the hospital, right? So a couple years went by, and the first person that I forgave for hurting me was my coach. Guys, when I tell you that, that's why I said I'm not going to tell you guys to forgive someone that hurt you, and I haven't done it. I actually reached out to the woman who took basketball away from me, who took away my life because honestly, I wanted to be in the WNBA. I had the skill. Like I tell you guys, when I talk about how good I wasn't just good, I was great. I wasn't
That's
6'1" or 6'2". I was only 5'5". I was making guys fall. I was making guys want to choke the hell out of me. I was embarrassing men. I would go to the fairs in Arizona, and it would be so bad. They would say, "Watch out for the girl with the tattoo." That's how bad it was. I was that good when it came to basketball. I wanted to be
well,
the
it
best.
is what it is. They better
Right.
bring their A
So,
game. That's what
right.
I'm listen. I talk.
I'm a real
We
concept.
both know Daphne. I come general when speaking when it comes to sports. I don't care if you man, woman, or anything you want to identify as. When you come on the court, you should already know if you're not adequately equipped to at least defend the person you're guarding, let alone knowing if there's going to be an offset, if that person is going to have to guard you offensively, you more than liable to get your ass bust. So it
Right.
is what it is. I call a spade when it comes to basketball. So I don't care about all that judgmental bullshit. You should have went to the pros and started busting their ass for all of that bullshit. I don't
No,
care if Joanna Man was to turn real life. At least you look better than her.
crazy. So what I ended up doing, like I told you guys, I reached out to that coach. I reached out to her on Facebook. I sent her a message and I told her we need to talk. And she actually called me and I told her, "You took away my dream and I hated you for it." I said, "I wanted to catch you slipping and I wanted to, knock you out. I wanted to do so many things to you." And this is what she said. This is a woman. We're talking about a woman. She said, "Daphne, I'm sorry." Now, y'all know a woman saying I'm sorry is like winning the lottery. It don't happen often, right? When they know that
Ooh.
they were wrong. She said,
It's like if it won't be likely that lightning struck twice on that one either.
right. So she told me, "I'm sorry for taking away basketball." And not only did she say that, this is the part that made me break down. She said, "I was jealous of you." Now, mind you, guys, I was 17 years old. My coach was like 27 years old. I don't know what she could have been jealous about because I was such a tomboy. I didn't dress up. I didn't wear makeup like that. I was so to myself. I just wanted to be a part of a team. So when she said I was jealous of you, when my boyfriend was working with you with your game and stuff like that, when he found out she cut me, he broke up with her. So she actually got hit with some karma right away. He left her because of what she did to me. He knew I was going to be that person and she took it away. But she said that, "Look, when you were working with him, I got the wrong impression." She said I overreacted. She said, "And even when people tried to advocate for you, I was so angry. And when I knew I can control the situation by cutting you, that's exactly what I did." She said, "I regret it to this day." I broke down, y'all. I broke down because it angered me that she took that from me and I can't get it back. Did I want to go pro? I did. But then when I got out of high school, I turned down those dance scholarships. My dad told me, "Look, I need to keep this house so your brother can graduate from the same high school." My dad didn't need a 4-bedroom house anymore when all his kids are basically out of the house. So my dad told me, could I help him? So instead of me taking a dance scholarship in Cali, I got a full-time job. And I worked that full-time job for 4 years. And the first 2 years of that full-time job, I was working 20 hours a day. That's how hard
That
I worked. My very
Daphne,
first.
Daphne, I don't mean to cut you off, but
Man, you
I'm
can cut me
even.
off the whole show. They get mad at you in the comments, just so you know.
It's it's all right, I let them too, but I just got a quick question. Aren't the Olympics paying more than the WNBA? If I'm not
Yes.
mistaken.
When I met Bridget Pettis in Arizona when I was 19 years old, she came to one of my gyms, not one of my gyms, a gym that I frequent, and she got on the
Okay.
court and I schooled her. I didn't know it was Bridget Pettis because I didn't watch WNBA. They were boring. I remember when I first watched it, I saw Lisa Leslie dunk and I yawned because she almost fell. I said, women aren't supposed to be dunking. This game is boring. I thought women's basketball was boring because they didn't have no fun to it. We are so fundamentals. We are so boxing out, ball, 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 yelling in your face. I don't like that. I like men that just play. They dive for the ball. They elbow you in the eye. I love physical ball. We gonna play, right? So Bridget Pettis, she came to the gym. I schooled her. She told me I should consider overseas, and I told her no because I have a job and I need to keep our house. So I turned that down too. She told
Fuck
me overseas will pay you six figures. She's right.
that ass.
WNBA, their minimum pay at that time was like 40,000. So I'm like, I make more than that working.
I
So
think they cracking like
Jesus.
55,000 right now.
they did change it. Oh, you know what, Daquan? I'm sorry, I forgot that we had Zay on here. So I want to
Oh,
take a little shift real quick, and I want to give Zay the floor. Zay, I apologize that I forgot you were on here. Go ahead,
You
Zay.
all good. My most of my trauma came from school. I was like in middle school. It was like I was talking to a girl. She was fine. I didn't know what was going on most of the time. I thought I looked good, but she gave me that disgusting face, and that just threw me off. I didn't know what was going on. I was trying to play it cool. After a while, I gained some weight, and I didn't have much good friendship support when I was going through high school. And here's the crazy part: not only women talk about me, it was a man too. So I was like, what should I do? Because I was going through a lot. Like I wanted to fit in like in the normal because I felt alone, and I wanted to do something with my life, positive. They keep calling me ugly, 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 and that really hurt me most of my time. And this dude was like, you gotta keep like this dude was telling me, oh, everybody call me ugly, but they're like, bro, you don't understand how that feels until it hit you. Okay, most of the time, you do getting girls, so you don't really understand how this feels. You being called ugly most of the time. It's just like, then they would call me the S word. I have a disability, and I can talk about. They call me retarded, and most of the time, I got like a B, and they call me retarded. So they was like really attacking me, and it really hurt me. So my mom moved me to another school, and that school did me worse. The one I graduated, 2019, they did me worse too. All the love I got was the middle school, high school. Oh, it was hard. It was hard. It was like it was really hard because I got most of the love from the middle school because they said a lot. So I should be a music teacher or something like that. 'Cause I don't even know, but I just been through a lot. But I do understand where you're coming from, Daphne. I do express myself most of the time. I just want to share that trauma. I don't hate anybody. I just trying to be me. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's it.
Okay, well, Zay, thank you for sharing that with us. And I'm sorry that you went through that. I was the type of person to befriend people who were bullied, and I had no problem with putting hands on people. And by the grace of God, I didn't have to because I had a chip on my shoulder too. I was praying for a woman or a man to upset me so I could handle business, but nobody did. They respected me that much. So if anybody was in my circle, they were respected. And one thing I can tell you, Zay, I don't know if you're dating or you're looking for love right now, but there is somebody out there for all of us. There is someone out there that's ready to be there for us and love us. You can't allow your past to define your future. And I know
It's
you,
not really.
huh?
It's really not. I'm still looking for a girlfriend, but at this time of days, I'm not really worrying about it no more.
and that's fine.
Get
You
your
might want
money up, my boy. Just
to.
don't worry about these haulers. They're gonna run amok as much as they want to. Just worry about you and make sure that you straight.
Yeah.
Everything gonna
Cause
fall into place.
usually I do be talking to girls like mostly like in person, but nowadays it's getting harder and harder because you can go to jail for that. I'm like,
Because I'm saying like 9 times out of 10, most of the good girls look like the same haulers that we're supposed to stay away from.
yeah.
So how do we really know the difference? And they be on the same type of time as them,
Mm-hmm.
which is even making it more harder. Like I'm trying, bro. I'm working two
It's
jobs.
we
I got a
can't.
single apartment on my own. I pay my own rent. Like it's not hard to make logistics. I'm pushing close to maybe 55,000 a year if I get it right with my overtime. But even that's not enough. They looking at your 401k right now. Like
I don't
that's
even
just
have a
gonna be
job for
field
real.
trip. It's crazy out here. It's
Like
crazy out here. I just don't
it's
know.
just
So let me tell you this, Zay. Um, to decide who's right for you, I tell people every day, and this is why I know that y'all keep hassling me about the book. I'm gonna be writing a book. I promise you guys, but I have 50,000 things going on. I'm gonna get it. But one thing I tell men and women, that is why you talk. I don't think enough people actually talk when they're trying to get to know someone. Y'all jump right into the skins, or y'all, oh, let's go on our first date. Like before you do all that, even with a new job, they put you through a 90-day probational period, right? Do that in your
Hmm.
relationships. Put them through a 90-day probational period where you're just talking. You don't have to spend any money getting to know a gold digger or getting to know a bad guy or getting to know someone that's trying to use you. But a lot
All
of people
right.
don't do that. A lot of people don't want to talk. When I met my husband, we did not go on our first date until almost 3 months after, because that's how I was. When
I
he came to
respect
my
that though.
state, the men that I coached, and a lot of the men that I coached, they were attractive men. Let's not forget, I did coach men's basketball for almost 8 years, and I had 3 trophies. These are men that were, some were older than me, some were the same age as me, and they wanted to have sex with me. I knew they did, but they respected me so much that they didn't even go that route. So my husband had to do a fax on me to see what I've been up to, and they said, "Dude, her nickname is Arithmetic. She's tough. Nobody can get into her. Like, she's tough. I know dudes that have been trying to get at that for 3 years, and they still ain't. It
Right.
wasn't about that. I didn't mind that type of
I'm
reputation,
saying
right?
I'm on the same chord right now. I'm trying to work on one that I'm trying to get with for the last 5 years now. She ain't cracked, but I'm trying. Patience is a virtue.
Man, listen. And when I tell people that, because I remember that there were a lot of people online saying she must have had a good life. So yeah, when I write, I'm gonna start working on things, but writing a book doesn't happen overnight. And I'm not gonna be doing no how to avoid cheaters and all that bullshit. But I am gonna do the accountability book. I am
Oh,
gonna do I have a few projects in the mix, but you gotta give me some time, guys. But what I'm trying to say is that I overcame that, and I know that Zay, you can overcome that too, even if it means, like Sir Night Wolf said, leave the country. You might not need, maybe the US ain't for you. Go to Japan, go to Asia. That's where a lot of these men are going, and you will find a woman that will love you, flaws and all. They don't give a damn what you're going through. They just want to support you and
right.
be. That's it.
I was
Okay?
that guy. I'm too broke. Like I'm 21. Really struggling to find a
Save.
job, so I can't really
Save.
go like that.
You can do it. What do you let
I
me
know
ask
I
you this,
can.
Zay? Zay, what's a hobby of yours that you like to do?
Video games.
Video games?
Yep.
They got video game jobs, right? That pay very well. So if you're
Right.
good at what you do, they will pay you to play games.
Yeah. And you could just
Yeah.
sit on your bum and just collect at least a minimum $10,000 a month.
I
They
ain't
be
gonna
I'm
hold
paying
looking
you.
into
good.
that
I tried
mode right
switching
I
now
need to
before.
because I'm a
reconsider.
gamer.
You know,
I
Why
tried
not,
switching
Daphne? You
before.
could get a Twitch,
man, please. I'm not playing no
start
video
popping
games.
out.
You
I'm
crazy?
trying to tell
I'm gonna
you.
make a video game called Accountability. The woman goes all the way through life, and every time accountability shows up, you got to jump over it, or it's
Listen,
gonna get you. I'm just playing. Let me quit playing.
listen. If 50 Cent made a video game, why can't you?
Okay. So
That's
Soldier
what
listen,
we
Boy made
talking
one,
about.
why can't you?
guys, we do have a female on the panel, and I want to give her a chance because I know she has said in the comments a few things that happened to her, and this won't be easy. So I want
Mm.
to give Nikki the floor, and when Nikki is speaking, we are not going to interrupt her until she is finished. Daquan,
Yes,
yeah,
ma'am. No,
yeah,
I'm
yes,
Nikki,
not
ma'am.
she's
gonna
the
make it.
interrupter. That's what they said in the comments. She's the interrupter times 10. I'm just gonna let me quit
Yeah, all
messing with
right.
you. But Miss Nikki, are you there, honey? Nikki, you there?
Hold on, hold on. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Okay, Nikki, you have to turn down your. I hear an echo.
Oh, turn down what?
Do you have this stream playing like on another device?
No, I just have it on my tablet.
Okay, that's weird how I can hear myself. Okay, maybe I'm tripping. Okay, go ahead, Miss Nikki.
First of all, hi everybody. Where do I start? First of all, I am 23 years old. I've been taking care of my disabled mother for the last 3 years. From 23 to now, it's not been easy. I was in a foster care two times in my life. 6 months old and 4 years old. My grandmother died when I was 4. I didn't even know she had died. But I have a brother that's 19 and a half years old. So when I was born, my brother was living with my brother, actually in jail when I was bullied throughout school. This next be hard for me to say. I met that uncle when I was 8 years old. I didn't know this was my uncle. My uncle was just someone that my mom brought around, and her uncle. My immediately.
Hey, Nikki.
Huh?
Before you continue, I'm hearing a lot of static. That anyone else on the panel? It's a lot of static repeating on your end. Are you in a good
My Wi-Fi. I have high speed data. My Wi-Fi, I think under Sprint or I know they both each other. So.
Okay, I don't know why there's a delay. Guys in the comments, I'm sorry if you're hearing that too. I don't want Nikki to not be able to tell her story, so we just have to bear with Nikki, you guys. You're gonna hear some static. I just wanted to let you know what we're hearing on our end. No, Sir Nightwolf, if she mutes herself, she won't be able to speak. So go ahead, Miss Nikki. Try to get to the part, and then I'll see if it gets better.
My first time listening by not gonna lie, I was shown Melvin the first day I met him. My mom was not in the room. She went to the bathroom. Then met leaving an 8-year-old with a man that you're just meeting was the best idea. In a way, when in my mother's, I never told my mom about that incident. Periodically throughout time, my mom took me with him to look after me if she needed somewhere. There are times I would again be shown nail genitalia. Ask me to do things I wouldn't want to do. I was 9 years old at this point. I was a child. I didn't know anything about genitalia or body period. He once told me that he wanted to have sex with my mother. Telling a 9-year-old that it's traumatic and terrifying. One thing I didn't notice when I got older is that he always knew certain things with me and to hide it. I had one time where actually my mom actually walked in while he was showing his genitalia, and instead of my nightmare for telling my father, my mother told me, don't tell your father, keep it to yourself. And I felt a little afraid by being told that, because as a child, you're supposed to be able to be guided that way. Being told not to tell your father, and being told to keep it only prolonged what else could happen. And same story, I'd be left alone with him, and I would be put in situations that I shouldn't have been to. And so oftentimes I say that I'm a virgin on this app. The only why I say that is because I have never had sex. I was raped like the next day after my 10th birthday, and I regret how that night started. Really, that's because I was again left alone with him. My mom, convenience store. I begged my mother to allow me to come with. She alone with him, and throughout that, I asked him his pocket. I asked him, hold on, I actually am being called by somebody. I will try back. I have to go do something real quick.
Okay, Nikki. Hopefully your service gets better too. But I just want to say thank you for sharing what you shared so far. Okay,
Okay.
and we're definitely gonna talk outside of this. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Go ahead and handle your business, and we'll talk to you again. Okay.
All right.
Okay. So, guys, if you guys were trying to understand what she was saying, Nikki explained to us that she was raped. If I got this right, she said by her uncle. Um, her mom would leave her with him. It started with him exposing himself when she was 8 years old, and when she left her with him again to go to the store, she wouldn't let her come with her. She was raped by her uncle. So it took her a lot. I know that you guys could hear the static and feedback, but you could also hear her tone. It's still hurting her. She's young and she was subjected to that. So imagine that young lady going through that and carrying that into her, older, later years, and then, never getting help for that. And then the man that wants to love her, she's scared because of what she was subjected to. So again, it takes a lot for a man or a woman to talk about the traumas that they experience, you guys. It's sad. No kids should see anything like that at 8. That's why I did share a video on my Instagram, because this woman who does a podcast, she asked these two women, if your daughter, 13-year-old daughter, told you that they wanted a sex toy, a vibrator, would you get it for them? Those mothers both said yes, absolutely. Because I would rather her, pleasure herself than to let some young boy with dirty fingernails do it, right? That was the reasoning of the mothers for allowing their 13-year-old daughter to have a dildo or a vibrator, whatever you want to call it. The most disgusting thing I've heard in a while. And these are women with kids. So again, why would you allow your 13-year-old daughter to have a dildo? She's 13. Just because your kid is asking you for something, it doesn't mean you got to give it to them. You're the parent. They are the fucking kid. You are the parent. But you got a lot of parents who are just so relaxed. They don't give a fuck. They don't care. I had one girl tell me, yeah, I told my mom I wanted to go over to my boyfriend's house and sleep over there to see what she would say. And she said, just don't get pregnant. The fuck? The fuck? What are we doing, ladies? Because a lot of the men that I know that have daughters, you can't even leave the house without them on your hip. My dad was strict just like that, y'all. When I tell y'all, my dad was very strict. And a lot of people don't understand that. When I say strict, he didn't whoop me and stuff like that, but he protected us. He did not want us to be young mothers. He didn't want us to be out there acting a fool. And it worked. My dad didn't have to whoop us. But one thing my dad used to do to us when he would go to work, he would sometimes not go to work. He would call off and go right back and sneak into his own window of his room and just listen to how we were when he wasn't home. And one thing he did say he was proud of us with, when he would go and do 12-hour shifts, we never left the house. We never went to nobody's house at all. When he left, we were in the house. We never did anything to cause the cops to come over. We were some good kids raised by a father who didn't have a choice, didn't get government assistance. I can't tell you one time our lights got cut off. So when I say that men can do the job too, if my dad can do it with 3 girls, then I'm telling you, y'all keep saying that these men can't step up and teach us how to be women. No, my dad can't tell me about my breast and all that stuff, but he can give me the tools on what to avoid out there in the real world. And it worked for me. I wasn't kicked out the house. I left when I was ready, but my dad gave me those tools to leave early. So when I'm trying to tell you guys is that a lot of you guys have went through trauma in your life. Your parents could have been the cause of it. Forgive them and move on with your life. If you're still mad about it whenever you talk about it, then I would suggest you forgive them, get the help you need, and move forward. Because if you bring that into your life, that stress right there is a silent killer, and y'all don't even know it. You know how many people have strokes, and they didn't even know that they were under stress, but they were. Your body is very smart. Your brain is very smart. You might be fine in your mind, but you're really not. And a lot of people won't admit that until something bad happens, right? Having a stroke is scary. There's people having strokes in their 30s. They're young. Strokes don't discriminate. You could be in your 20s and have a stroke. So what I'm saying is a lot of you guys carry on this type of trauma and you never address it. Not just because you're scared, but because you think you've moved on from it when you haven't. One thing I can say is that there are a lot of podcasts out here. They talk about dumb shit. They do gold digger tests. They do, fake scenarios, and they get 80 million views. But the real podcasts, they don't really get that attention because nobody gives a fuck. People don't care about mental health. They care about drama. They care about toxic stuff, fights. You bitch. They care about exposing people. They want all that. I can post a text receipt and get 3,000 likes within a few hours. But when I post about mental health, that'll get 200-300 likes in like 3 or 4 days. No one gives a fuck. And that's okay with me because the people that I need to reach, I reached. So when people ask me why I'm still stuck at 8.8 thousand subscribers, because I'm not going to change. Everybody knows that Kevin Samuels, he didn't start off holding women accountable. He started off doing the image consulting, right? Telling men how to wear a suit. And that didn't get him no attention. Y'all didn't even know who he was when he was doing it. Y'all didn't know who Kevin was until COVID hit. In 2020, when he started calling people a two and calling them linebackers and stuff, then you guys got wind of Kevin Samuels. That was 2020. He started his Instagram in 2018. So again, I was out before that, doing the same shit, telling women the same shit before COVID. And people still think I'm new to this. I'm not new to this, you guys. I've been doing this quite a bit. The difference is I'm not charging you to tell me your problems. I don't do that because right now in the community, a lot of people don't have money to just dish out. You have to show and prove. If they feel like you're worthy of getting a donation, fine. But a lot of people don't have money laying around when they got kids and bills. The cost of kids, it goes up every year, just in case y'all didn't know that. It goes up every year. So if you look at a lot of these podcasts, they didn't start off doing what they're doing. They changed. I'm not changing. Kevin Samuels changed and it worked for him. I guarantee you, if I changed overnight and changed my whole content to men ain't shit, I will probably have 1 million subscribers by the end of the week. That's how easy it will be for me to be famous. But do y'all see where I'm coming from with this? I refuse to change. A lot of people have changed. Look at the way they did it. Derek Jackson, he's the fakest dude we know, right? He's setting cars with his little brother's shirt on. every day telling women how beautiful they were, how he loves stretch marks, right? That's where Derek started. Now he's doing videos. Now he's doing videos of affirmations. He's copying Ace Metaphor. That wasn't his lane at first. His lane was sitting in a car. Now his lane is putting text on the screen and telling you why you're worthy. Come on, you guys. Everybody's changing up except me. So the real ones like me, it's going to take years for us to get to where we want to be because we're refusing to change in that way just for likes and views, right? You got people that become viral overnight because they changed the way they did things. You got people creating fake stories and putting their kids in it just to go viral. Somebody sent me a video yesterday of a man saying that he found out a kid wasn't his, right? And that this hoe had him in pictures, going on, doing all these little trips, and that kid wasn't his. When I went to find it on his Facebook, it magically disappeared. And when I went to the woman's page that he was talking about was the hoe, it said content creator, actress. I'm telling y'all, what do you gain from that? What do you gain from lying? And then the picture they had was supposedly her brother. And you know what? When your genes are strong, your kids can look like your siblings. But nobody knew that was her brother. They thought it was the dude she actually had the kid by, when really it was supposedly her brother. I'm so tired of these little things you guys do just to be viral. But you put a real kid in that, right? That's what I'm saying. I'm not doing shit like that. I have my own lane that I've been in for over 6 years. The text receipts I've been doing for 6 years. Y'all just now finding out about them? Oh, they're fake. I've been posting text receipts. Ain't nothing changed for me. But now these bigger platforms do it. Y'all believe that shit. But the little platforms that's been doing it longer than the big ones, that's fake. Just like I told you guys about my Instagram. I've had 11 violations on my Instagram. Mind you, the Queen of Accountability page, I took control of that page officially. It was in August of last year. It ain't even been a year for me. And I've had 11 violations on Instagram alone. So I'm probably another violation away from losing my new Instagram page. And 90% of those violations are hate speech. Hate speech. If you go on my TikTok, I've had over 9 violations since January. And all of them are for hate speech. But on TikTok, I've seen a woman deep throating a cucumber. On TikTok, I've seen pussy. On TikTok, I've seen titties. And I'm telling you, the sad part about my reports on TikTok, 90% of them are on text receipts. The text receipts that you guys are saying are fake. Because the person that it belonged to that's in it, they're the ones that are reporting me. But it's fake, right? If it's fake, I'm reporting myself. You guys got to start using your head. People that post real shit get the most violations because somebody is triggered. Somebody actually went back 4 months and reported something on my Facebook. And I won the report, which is rare, but someone still did that shit. So it's funny how I'm on my second Instagram. I've probably had over 60 Facebook bans over the last 2-3 years. And y'all still don't believe nothing that I talk about, which is fine. But what I won't stop doing is spreading, mental health, because we have to take control of that. We are too smart. We are too powerful to allow something like that break us down. And these big pages are not going to tell y'all about it. These big pages are not going to advocate for it. They're going to copy me every now and then, say, oh, we're selling a shirt. But I'm really about this life because I lived it. I've been there. I know what it's like. I know what it's like. And the people that I do talk to, that I do help, that's free of charge. How many pages are doing that? People say, well, I have to make $1. Very true. A lot of these pages do have to get paid. I'm not monetized. I'm not getting paid off of YouTube unless you guys send me a super thanks, but I don't ask for it. Every show I do, I don't ask anything. People might ask me for my Cash App. I'm going to give you that, but I'm not going to ask you on my show to pay me. If you listen to any other podcast, they're going to put that in the forefront. Hey, my Cash App is blah, 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 blah. Hey, don't forget that Cash App. Don't forget that super thanks. Super thanks. When do y'all hear me talking about super thanks? I've had that option for the past 8 months. I don't ask you guys to do it. So y'all don't do it, which makes sense because I don't ask you. It's there because I've reached that plateau, but I'm not going to ask you guys for any money. That's not me. What I will do is say, hey, support the mental health brand, because what you helped me with, I spread that out to other people who need it. That's what I do. I don't know many pages doing like I do. And I'm not rich. I don't want you to think I'm making $1 million a year. Not even that. I just know how to save and I know how to give back. And when you give back, it comes back to you tenfold. I just know how to budget. It doesn't mean I'm rich. If I can get money off of every stream, I do these shows every day, but I don't. So that's why I don't do a lot of shows too. So what I'm saying, guys, is I don't expect a YouTube check every month because it's not going to happen. I'm not monetized on Instagram. I'm not eligible for monetization on Instagram until December. That's how many violations I've had, y'all. So to people who think I get paid off of Facebook and Instagram, I don't. Facebook has banned me in some way because every time I post on Facebook, it gets 2 to 3 likes. I have 87,000 followers on Facebook alone. But when I make a post, sometimes it'll break 100 likes. Before my last ban this year, in January, every post I got was minimum 1,000 likes. Minimum 100 shares. And now, anything I posted a video the other day, and in 4 hours, it was at 5 views. Can somebody add that up for me? Can someone explain to me how a video can get 5 views in that many hours? 5 views with 87,000 followers and 4,700 friends. Then when I post a story on Facebook, it'll say 2 people viewed your story. Do you see what Facebook is doing to me? They are slowly dismantling my page. So I need y'all to know the traumas that I'm experiencing. I can't even advocate for nobody on Facebook anymore. People don't see it. And I'm not even on a ban right now, y'all. My last ban was in March. I got out of it March 26th. Since that ban, it has been hard for me to do good on Facebook. So I'm not going to be verified on Facebook because of that reason. They are trying to shut me down. All I have right now is Instagram and Twitter. Those are the only 2 pages. I like Instagram because whenever I post, I get the love that I'm looking for. I want to make sure it's reaching everybody. But on Facebook, they playing me, y'all. Nobody can explain to me how I get 5 likes in 6 or 7 hours. 5 likes on something. That's not me. But before March, I was killing the game. So that's why I'm not posting on Facebook. I might actually do what that girl said and shut my shit down because it isn't helping me in no way. Nobody sees it. So I just want y'all to know that trauma affects us every day. And when you talk about real shit, they're going to do everything they can to silence you, even if it means shadow banning you. That's a real thing on Facebook, y'all. And I'm not the only one going through it. I've talked to other people who always get reported. My last report was in March. Why am I still being punished? So Facebook knows what they're doing. So I'm just telling y'all, all I have right now really is my Instagram and Twitter. That's all I have. YouTube is still shaky for me because I don't have enough subs. But the people that share my content, they have way more subs than me. I'm talking about millions. And all they do is share my content. But they can come to my page to get the original content. Ain't that crazy? So again, guys, I go through my shit every day. So I wanted people to know you'll never see anything online with me scamming people for money. That's not what I do. It's just not in my lane. I am going to be coming out with some different stuff, but I want to put it in the works first. I don't want to keep telling y'all, getting y'all hype and then it not happen. So just know that I'm doing the best that I can and I'm only one person. Okay. Daquan, did you have something to say, sir? I saw you on there a couple of. Go ahead.
Oh no, I'm just stoned. I was just listening to what you were saying, being quiet because everybody said I was an interrupter, so
There's
I
something
didn't want to cut you off
right now.
anything.
A lot of people came back. No, Ziggy said something big. I just noticed that, Ziggy. I opened up my Twitter the other day, y'all, and the first thing I saw
Oh
was
yeah. Twitter's on fire right now. You can
Can
do
someone
whatever you
explain to me
want.
how you can have sex and show that on Twitter? Is it something that they're doing that the other platforms are not allowing? They allow
Elon
porn on
approved
Twitter?
it. Elon approved it. He said, "Yes, sir. All of that is public record."
So they have a new challenge on Twitter where women are running up to the camera butt naked and they're putting their pussy in the camera view. They're saying it's a new Arby's commercial. It was one of the tweets that I've seen in a long time. And it was shared by so many people, y'all. Then I go onto Twitter because it tells you who liked it if they're following you or if you're following them. And it shows my friends that follow me liking a video of 2 people having sex. So I'm not used to seeing stuff like that when I know kids are on Twitter. Some of the kids that I talk to on a daily basis, I know they love Twitter. And maybe that's why they love it. Now I get it. Oh no, Miss Daphne, we don't like Facebook. We don't like Instagram. We love Twitter. I said, why do they love Twitter so much? Now I understand.
Twitter basically combined with everything on the net, far as anything adult filming. in regards to Pornhub, they got apps linked to them from Twitter. Everything is just free there right now because Elon needs the ad revenue to kick back from what the deficit was hit earlier in the year as far as his total collective profit on taking on the rights of owning Twitter as far as being the CEO. But there was reports that he was supposed to sign it back over to somebody else. So I don't know. It
Right.
could be either or. I'm not too sure, but that's a lot of money. I can't debate about because I ain't even got it. But shout out to Elon. No, I
No,
guess he tried to do his thing. I'm not sure.
it's my butt. I think Elon needs to go back and have the same stipulations that Instagram has, because you can't post no nipples and pussy on
Yeah,
there.
you can't do that.
No, does Elon know? Even if they have an age requirement like they do on TikTok, do you honestly think these motherfuckers are saying, "Yeah, I'm 11"? They're putting that they're 18. They're putting their proper age to get into Twitter and to get into TikTok. They're not asking for an ID.
Mm-hmm.
So don't sit there and say, "Well, we put the age requirements up." No, because kids are not going to listen to that. Not these kids today. These kids are going to say they 25 just to get in and look at pussy. But
You're right.
Sir Night Wolf, you are right. I did make a meme last year before my page got dismantled, CelebriD, when Chris Brown was exonerated from those rape charges that woman tried to put on him.
Mm-hmm.
Touched me. And again, Jane Doe, same thing every time. Chris Brown posted that voicemail she left. "Why are you avoiding me, Chris? I just want some dick." Y'all could have heard. Mind you, all the women were on her side. Well, that's like Chris, because he hit Rihanna. He hit Rihanna. He has a violent past. He hit Karuchi. No.
No, they mad because they didn't get the chance to hit too. That's what it was.
He put Karuchi on. That's the truth.
No, he definitely did.
Without Chris Brown being in Karuchi's life, she would be a nobody, right? So again, that woman lied on Chris, and everybody believed her until Chris dropped those receipts. This woman wanted dick that bad that she said that he raped her. That was the dirtiest that a woman can do. Did she get charged for that? No, she didn't.
No, she did not.
The only thing that happened is people were like, "Okay, Chris, you were right about this one time. Let's wait for the next time." Just like with the Trey situation. I know somebody just asked
It's
me
not
today.
even that. That was the messed up thing about it. I'm thinking he had to pay the legal fees for that as well to the courts.
He did have to pay the legal fees, because
Come on,
say that against somebody, they do take it to court. You do have to pay somebody, but those facts came out so fast it didn't last long. What I'm saying is, we did hear about that woman suing Trey Songz for $10 million for lifting up her bra top and saying titty in the open. But let me tell y'all this: that same woman was suing him a few years ago. It was $5 million. It now went up to $10 million. At the end of the day, until Trey Songz is convicted of rape, sexual assault, I'm still going to say I'm neutral until the facts come out. Let me tell you why. That same woman that's saying he did do that shit. I saw the video. I said, why the fuck would Trey lift the woman's top up and say titty in the open, right? So I'm looking for that video. I posted a video on my Facebook and it got banned. This was last year. This chick had posted the video on Twitter. It showed that same hoe. She was standing in front of Trey Songz. Her left hand was down there on his genitals. She was massaging his dick real good. And Trey was just standing there looking straight. Like, I'm sure he liked it. Then TMZ only showed the video of him pulling up her top. So either that happened before, it couldn't have happened after, right? Oh, she was so embarrassed. We know that smile. She was laughing because she was nervous. Well, she wasn't nervous when she was funneling his balls. She was standing there with the same top on. So what if she did that, and that's what led to him saying titty in the open? Well, you were already rubbing on my dick in the open. See? So once I find that video, when I posted it on Facebook, they did take it down for sexual behavior, which I thought was fucked up. Because the TMZ one, they didn't take down when he pulled up her top and said titty in the open. So they took down the facts that would have exonerated him, but I have to find the video, because when Facebook took it off and they banned me for 30 days, I think I deleted the video because I knew I could never post it again. So again, and I wasn't going to post it on Instagram because Facebook and Instagram are best friends, right? So there is a video. I'm going to find it, y'all. Y'all know I'm a detective. I am going to find that video. I promise you, that same woman with that top was rubbing on his dick out in the open. And I think that's what led to him lifting up her top. Because there ain't no way, unless it'd be worse if he did it after. If she did that after he lifted up her top. But
and
guys,
these women know he's a public figure, so that's going to come with the territory.
Exactly. And my thing is, if you are a victim of sexual assault The last thing you want to do is go for the money first. Real victims go for a criminal charge. Why would you want money so that that pervert can do it again? Like, okay, Donald Trump. Donald Trump has to pay the woman that we know he did rape. He has to pay her $5 million for defamation. All they needed was Donald Trump's DNA to test against that semen on her dress. He never gave the DNA up. And mind you, Donald Trump ran the world for 4 years with a rape allegation and over 55 sexual assault allegations. But y'all over here trying to bring Trey Songz down. He's a pervert. Surviving Trey Songz. What about surviving Donald Trump? They let that man run the world with 55 sexual assault allegations and a rape allegation. Do you think they would have let Obama run the world with that on his track record? No.
I'm just saying, but that would be a great Netflix documentary right there. They should pay you for that. You should trademark that one right there before they run with it.
Donald Trump was much worse than Trey. He was a part of that Epstein Island shit. So y'all over here focusing on the wrong shit. 50 women can say Trey Songz raped them, but none of them come with facts. Remember that chick Dylan Gonzalez? She said he raped her December 31st of 2021. Well, hello, it's been almost 2 years. Where's the facts, bitch? These bitches want attention. And
this man is still on lockdown because of that allegation, because that's so serious.
Not knowing that this man, this woman, she was a DJ. It didn't go nowhere. She was playing basketball, trying to be sexy and be seen around all these guys. That didn't go nowhere. She started releasing music and that didn't go nowhere. As soon as she said Trey Songz raped her and logged out of Twitter, her music sales went sky high. Like I told y'all, these bitches be lying. You can't come out there and say somebody raped you and not have any facts to corroborate that. They're saying anytime Trey Songz is at a party, a woman is waiting to lie on him. Until he's convicted and they have proof, I am still going to say I'm neutral because I'm tired of these men getting treated like Emmett Till. They're being accused of shit and there's no, evidence backing it up. Women lie. They lie for clout. They lie for money. Any woman that seeks monetary gain, to me, is a fucking liar. A real rape victim is going to seek the death penalty for this motherfucker. They don't want him ever to be able to do it again. But getting $10 million so you can get your breasts and your ass done and live in the, in the Star Island in Florida and just be rich, that is not a victim. That's not how victims move, you guys.
A victim's going to want somebody castrated.
And when I bring it up, people
I don't mean to bring up medieval times, but that's how they did that back then.
I'm not against women. Anytime a woman told me she was molested, I told her to seek criminal. This is the way a victim is supposed to. You seek criminal, then you get damages. You feel me? But see, women are like, fuck criminal, because if I go criminal, they have to verify it. They have to do an investigation. If I'm lying, I go to jail. But when you do civil, there is no investigation. You settle out of court so that it can't be dragged out. Y'all get what I'm saying? She wants $10 million from Trey, and he probably only worth $100,000. When's the last album Trey put out? Can someone tell me?
Oh, the last one I bought was Trey Day. I'm gonna be honest with you, right hand to God. I ain't gonna sit here and humble stuff, but that was the last time.
He ain't got no $10 million. So she can say she won't 10. She probably gonna get a couple thousand if she lucky. At the end of the day, he did lift up her top. He is guilty of that. But I'm not going to sit here and say that this hoe, she knew where she was at. They know what type of man Trey is. And y'all sit there and say he's so disgusting, but you never hold the women accountable that dated him after Kiki warned y'all. Y'all forgot that Megan Thee Stallion clapped those cheeks. Megan Thee Stallion was in the club all over Trey's dick.
So
at the end of the day, he messed with Lauren London. He messed with Kelly Rowland. He messed with a plethora of bitches, a plethora. And this is the same pervert y'all keep calling. These women can't get enough of them. So
Trey got a roster.
Sierra, he had a lot of industry women under his belt.
I believe Gabrielle Union at a point as well, not to put her in the mix.
I don't know.
There was a time that I'm trying to tell you, that Superwoman out video.
He wanted to marry Lauren London, and she was like, "No, I'm straight." And
she dubbed him.
I think Lauren London is a very beautiful girl, but y'all got to stop sitting here saying that was Nipsey's all. Nipsey was Nipsey. He was a really good guy trying to change the dynamics of Cali, bring more jobs in, but Nipsey was also getting his freak on with his baby mama. And y'all can sit here and say that Lauren London's pretty. It doesn't mean she wasn't toxic. If Lauren London was that woman, he would have wifed her. Nipsey was with Lauren London for 6 motherfucking years. So she's so pretty and her pussy is so tight, he would have been married her before he made her a baby mama. But the sad part about it is y'all sat there and dragged the baby mama because she looks nothing like Lauren. But when the baby mama dropped those receipts of Nipsey saying that her pussy was good, y'all didn't know what to do. So you could be pretty all day long, but a man is going to be with who makes him happy. He didn't commit to her. And there was a time where he went on Twitter and said they were broken up. So again, y'all keep sitting here putting Lauren London on this high pedestal. She's still Lil Wayne's baby mama too. She was still a hoe too. Y'all don't want to bring that up because y'all sit here and y'all let death change everybody. She wasn't married to Nipsey. She was a 304 too. She
wasn't married to Wayne either.
She fucked Lil Wayne when he was at the peak of his career. And she knew what she was doing. She knew Lil Wayne was fucking with every woman in the world. He was a hoe.
I'm trying to think. Who did he hit right after her? Because her son was the middle baby between Wayne's kids. I'm thinking it was between his other two. Because actually 3. He got 4 baby mamas to keep it 100. He got one by each woman.
I need women to understand that I don't care how pretty a woman is. I don't care how nice her body is. A woman,
I think it was Nivea.
A woman can get played. We got to stop putting these women on this high pedestal. Yes, it was sad that she lost the father of her kid, but at the same time, she was with Nipsey for 6 years and he didn't leave her nothing. He didn't leave her no land. He didn't leave her no deeds. Let that sink in. I don't care how pretty a woman is or how many pictures y'all see of them smiling. It don't mean he trusts that woman, right? A man, if he wants to marry you, he gonna know within 6 years if he wants to. He gonna know within the first year. My thing is, she only got a baby out of the deal. That was it. A woman that's in love and a man that's in love, he gonna make a commitment.
Queen? Okay.
Wait, who's
good? Oh, this is Chaos.
Hey, Chaos, go ahead.
Good evening, brother.
He made
how you doing? Good evening. All right. In regards to Twitter, and I had Twitter for some time now, before Eli bought the rights of it. They allow a lot of things on Twitter, even people doing obscene behaviors, sexual behaviors. That's not going to change on Twitter. That's what you notice with most people that's IG models or all that stuff that do adult entertainment stuff. They put short content on Twitter,
such as OnlyFans.
Yes, because it gets some attention, and Twitter allows it because they know that the sex part sells, So obviously that's the thing about Twitter. Let me mute myself. I'll listen.
No, you don't have to mute yourself. I think Twitter was all right at the beginning. And then, even before Elon took over, y'all, let's not act like we didn't see ass and titties. It was ass and titties on Twitter. But you know what's funny? They will allow pussy popping, right? They will show a woman playing with herself with a kid in the background, right? That's allowed on Twitter. But when I call somebody a COON, I'm not going to say it because I know I can get flagged. When I called somebody that, I was on a ban for 4 days on Twitter for calling somebody a COON. I couldn't believe it. I said, all the dick and pussy I see on here, and I can't call somebody that? Wow. So I learned then that sex is allowed and other things. Also, there is a girl that is on Twitter, and I'm about to call her out right now because I'm going to make that post probably this week. There was an individual on Twitter who tried to hack my page. Now, here's the thing, guys. When I tell y'all I'm not to be fucked with, people still do try me. Why? Because they think it's a game. They think it's a game. So I want to tell you about this individual on Twitter because she blocked me. On Twitter, her name is Shakira Santiago. Shakira Santiago. That is her name on Twitter. Since you want the fame, you're going to get it today. So this woman reached out to me back in March and told me, oh, I love your page and you're wonderful and blah, blah, blah. And I said, I appreciate you. Now, I tell people every day, I don't always look at my DMs, especially on Twitter. I don't ever go to my messages on there. I post and go. I usually go into my DMs on Instagram and Facebook and stuff like that, but not so much Twitter. This woman was messaging me about a guy who had a page where she said that he was exposing children to pornography, showing genitals of kids. She was really detailed. Now, mind you, I didn't see all this until recently because she made a last-ditch effort. She actually emailed me to tell me how she doesn't like me anymore. But it started with her sending me inboxes and telling me to click this link. Click this guy's link. He's exposing kids. Now, y'all know what I said to y'all the other day. Anybody that follows me, I told you, I am not able to jump whenever you want me to jump. If y'all see some pornography, child pornography in your state, there's a task force for that. Use your fucking head. Stop reaching out to me and telling me to do something. I'm not the cops. I know cops, but I'm not them. I am a PI, but I'm not going to do that for that. There is a task force in each state for child pornography. It takes seconds to look it up on Google. So, anyways, she told me that in New Jersey. Was it New Jersey? Let me go back to because I pulled her. Let me pull my file here. Was it New Jersey? Hold on, y'all. It was New Jersey. So she told me in New Jersey, this man who goes by, and I'm gonna put it all out in the open because I don't give a fuck. His name is Mean Black Daddy on Instagram. But she put the link in there. She said, just click the link and you'll see it. Just click the link and you'll see it. She kept sending me the link, y'all. I said, I don't like that too much. Why not just tag me on Black Daddy's page and I get the tag, right? So you know me, I'm not a fool. So I never clicked the link. I left it just like it was. Because I said if she was for real about what she was saying, she would have already called the cops in New Jersey. Why are you calling me, stupid ass? The cops will get his IP address and be there within minutes when it comes to kids. I guarantee it. I've seen it out here in Illinois. So I left it just like it was. Then I get an email, and her email tells me how she's not fucking with me anymore, right? I've sent you emails, and that was her only email. She sent me one email and like 15 messages on Twitter through DM. So her last email said that she wasn't fucking with me anymore. I'm a fraud. I'm only concerned about text receipts that are fake. She went in. The email she used was not the email that's linked to her government name. I found her government name. I had all that. She's a phony. So anyways, she said that she didn't like me no more and she was going to block me. She then blocked me on Twitter and blocked me everywhere else. But, you know, I'm smarter than that. So I was able to pull her and run her file. So this woman's a scam artist. What she wanted me to do was click the link so she can take over my page. Click the link so she can hack into my account. That's one of the oldest tricks in the book. That's what catfish used to do to people. They would send you an inbox and say, hey, Tony, is this you? Click the link. When Tony clicked the link, they knew his location. It's the oldest trick in the book. I even tried to do that as a PI. And a lot of dummies fell for the shit. You send them a generic link saying, hey, is this you? This was online. And what do we do as natural people? What the fuck? And it'll have your picture and everything. And when you click it, I got your information. That's the oldest trick in the book. So the woman tried to hack my page and she blocked me and she was a scam. So also I looked for the Mean Black Daddy page. Doesn't exist. Nowhere across social media. The page never exists. It was a generic link she made up for me to click so they can hack into my account. That's what women try to do to me. So when she did that, I got so angry, y'all. I got angry because I said this fool thought I was that stupid to do that. And then when I did not take the bait, she blocked me everywhere. That's what she did. So that recently happened. I was on my P's and Q's, which I'm always on that. You're not going to get me that way. That's the stupidest trick in the book. I know that.
10 toes.
I know that trick.
They just don't understand. That's just one of the simplest forms of malware. I really had to call my Google and my Apple representatives just to make sure I know the procedure and protocols if something to hit my way. Because I've literally had to wipe my entire account just because people have gained access, but just because of a place like that. They could come from direct DMs from any social media outlet possible. As soon as you tap one, it's good to go, unless they chimely already have access, but more or less that's just that one attempt to flip it on you so that way you'll get locked out of your account and you can't actually access it anymore.
That's the whole point. I mean, she tried it. It did not work. The page, it's good. But what I also found in New Jersey, there is a task force right now. They have a phone number. You give them the phone number. I mean, I could have gave her the phone number. She would have called them and said, hey, this Mean Black Daddy is doing this. The difference is if they would have clicked her link and it was a hack, they would have been able to reverse that and get her IP and have her arrested. See, they won't go to a New Jersey task force. They'll go to me because they think that I'm going to be stupid enough. So I actually reached out to the New Jersey task force and told them about the page just to make sure I was doing everything right. And they too could not find that page that the woman was talking about. They told me it looks like it was a phishing attempt. So again, these Black women are doing everything they can to try to break me down. They're doing everything they can to try to shut me down. And it's sad because I didn't do nothing to them personally. The only women I hold accountable on my page are bad apples. That's it. I'm not saying good women should be held accountable for things that they didn't do. It's women that are putting shit out there. And then when I show y'all the videos of women acting a fool, you come down on me and not the fool who posted it. How do you think I got it? I got it off TikTok. Y'all get mad at me for that. Sorry if I'm not catering to y'all and only posting the good things women do. But it's not going to happen like that because honestly, women have been waging war on men for years. For years. And it takes women to call out other women. And one thing I learned about
Centuries.
women is not only do they hate accountability, but they hate when someone tells them something that they know they're doing wrong because their mothers are telling them that they're right. When there was a video that, a post that the Shade Room made about Shaq hanging out with Brittany Rayner. Now, we all saw Brittany Rayner sitting in the car. I want to get rid of my whole ways. I want to fix myself and do better. The same Brittany Rayner who was getting all these yeast infections from sleeping with dick to dick to dick. The same Brittany Rayner who admitted to sleeping with like 50 NBA players and 20 NFL players. The same Brittany Rayner.
She wrote a whole book about the shit.
So when she was out with Shaq, I told y'all to stop giving these 304s sympathy. They thought her and Shaq were just out on a business. What business could she be doing with Shaq? We know Shaq let them hoes, right? So at the end of the day, they were all defending this hoe. The reason why I don't like Brittany Rayner is because she preyed on PJ Washington when he was in high school. She knew she was going to get that dick, and she succeeded, then told women, hide your sons. And these same women are defending this predator. They're defending her. Daphne, you're just a little low-class, ugly-ass bitch. You're jealous because she looks better than you. That's your opinion. If you look at the pictures of her before the surgeries, before the really good makeup, and before all that, she was a nobody, working at Hooters with a gut. So at the end of the day, women like her have shit on me because women like her have to stay relevant by being seen with Shaq or funneling her pussy to music online. She has to stay relevant because she's PJ Washington's baby mama, right? I'm nobody's baby mama. I'm somebody's wife. We can never compare. I don't care how good a woman looks with makeup on. When she didn't have no makeup on and she was sitting in that car, she was a 3 at best. Y'all see her ass and you automatically make her a 10. I'm sorry. But to me, she's low class. Any woman that tells other women to watch your sons, that's predatory. But let it be R. Kelly. Watch your daughters, ladies. Y'all be having a fucking fit. So at the end of the day, y'all will praise these women that are predators and attack women like me who are holding the predators accountable. So like I told you, these women will never, never take accountability. And now on Instagram, you can't say hyenas. Y'all know that's my favorite word for women, right? So now I got to spell hyenas with a number 3. Please tell me how this is happening. They are censoring everything we do. Next 304 is going to be a word we can't use no more. I said hyenas and spelled it the right way on accident, and that got me a violation, y'all. So be careful. You got to speak in code now. You got to spell whole with a number 3. You cannot speak freely no more on these apps. So again, they're going to keep trying to bring us down, the big platform, the platforms that are talking about the real shit, to make room for the ones who are talking about men and bashing them. Because those pages, they never get reported. They never do. I actually did an experiment with someone on Instagram, and we're going to talk about that experiment in a couple weeks. I had her create an Instagram, and I had her talk bad about men, make posts and do tags, and just talk about men not paying their child support. They ain't nothing. I reported all her posts. I'm still waiting on them to respond. It's been like a month. So do y'all see what I'm saying? But when somebody reports me for holding a woman accountable, the shit comes down in seconds. Since when did you get Lamar from BMF? They called you Lamar from BMF, man.
Wow. It's funny as hell. I
Well, we
appreciate that. I ain't even that dark. I ain't even that light, but I mean, I guess I'm saying ain't taking up too much
Lamar ain't light
time.
though.
That's what I'm saying.
You Lamar right now. You right now. You did scare me. I'm like, is it? Like, man, you're supposed to be acting right now. No, but guys, what I'm trying to say is that they're gonna still try to silence me every chance they get. I just want you guys to know what my plans are. You know, at the end of the day, I don't expect everybody to support me because I know that some people are just following me for the drama. People don't follow me for mental health. They follow me for the drama. They follow me for the controversy. No one's really, I mean, you have some people that follow me for the real shit. I get it. Like my Instagram will tell you how many accounts you've reached. It said I reached 98,000 accounts in 30 days. That's a lot of people that I reached, but not 98,000 are following me. So a lot of people just come and they look. just to see what I'm posting, and then they go. And that's okay with me. I'm going to still be who I am. And those people that have been rocking with me for years now, they know I haven't changed. I actually used to post scenarios where women will send me, or men will send me stories of something that happened, and I say, who's right, who's wrong. I still do that, but in a different way. So again, but one thing I did not do that everyone else is doing is changing completely, where I'm saying men ain't shit. And I've had men do bad to me. I've had men try to kill me, and I still did not change. I've had black men try to hurt me, and I'm still married to a black man, because you can't let that one apple spoil it for the rest. Women tend to think that one black man is all black men, and that's why a lot of you guys are single, because you keep doing that. A lot of you women were traumatized by one black idiot, and you think that that is all of them. And then you sit here and you talk shit about all of them, and that makes them not want to be around you because of your mouth. So when I tell women to close their mouth, it's not to be disrespectful. It's to be honest. Some of y'all don't know how to do that. Y'all open your legs all day long, 24/7. Legs stay open. Don't never close those. And then you wonder why you have all these kids. They don't want to hear the truth. And when you hit them with truth like that, you're a pick me and you hate women. Well, hating women will be saying that they're doing everything right. Because that's saying that you're not wrong. He's wrong. To me, that's hate, because you're not being honest. I wouldn't want a friend telling me that I'm perfect and that I don't do nothing wrong. That's not a friend. A friend is going to tell you, yes, sis, you can lose 20 pounds. Now, yes, sis, put your big gut into that dress. Yes, bitch. There's too many yes bitches out there. That's why a lot of y'all friends secretly be fucking y'all baby daddies, because y'all don't be paying attention. They know how to make y'all feel good. They're Derek Jackson in the woman version. Derek Jackson told y'all he loves stretch marks, right? But every bitch he cheated on his wife with was a size 3 or 4. Let that sink in. They tell you what you want to hear, and y'all women still bought his books even after. His wife just did that podcast telling y'all that she can count about 100 women that he fucked on her. And y'all still buying his book? How she would study the sex tapes and try to do the same thing that was in the sex tapes in the bedroom. She's telling y'all how much he changed her into trying to be like these women he was fucking. And y'all still buying this man's book, A Cheating Heart. You can never make it up. I mean, guys, I can't make this up. They will still add to his subscriptions, like his videos, give him money, because it's him. If Derek Jackson looked like Flavor Flav, he wouldn't. One cheating incident, he would have been over. So I just need y'all to understand that, a lot of these pages like myself, we are dealing with traumas every day, trying to reach people, but it's hard when it's so many, toxic people out there trying to take their attention away from the real shit that's going on. So all I can tell people is continue to share my page, continue to, advocate for mental health for each other, because at the end of the day, it's not easy. And when people ask me to help them, I'm only one person. And I'm telling y'all that I'm free. And even though I'm free, it does cost me money sometimes to help people. It does. And I don't get that back from people. Occasionally. One thing I can say is I want to give a shout out to LaToya. She is a woman that follows me on Instagram. And she spent $400 within a week and 2 days on shirts. No one has ever done that single-handedly, but a basketball team. I did have a basketball team. They gave me $430 because I had to make like 20-something shirts, and I gave them a discount. But she paid for this out of her own pocket. $400, a black woman. And she got mental health stuff for her husband, her brother, her uncle, all the men in her life. I didn't ask her to do that. She did it because she says I'm that much of a supporter for mental health. It blew my mind. I told her, you got a friend, because you didn't have to do that. Her dad loved my page so much. He said, I want this, want that, I want that. Like he was at a store, y'all. So I'm just saying, black women, you do have a lot of them who do support black men.
That's
and do
what I'm
support the
talking
cause. I released Father's Day shirts, mental health shirts. And I thought it would be, the mental health shirts would be big, because this is mental health month for men. This is the only time they think that you guys are worthy. And the same month as Juneteenth, Father's Day, and Pride. Y'all got all that going on in June. So I said, let me make them a special shirt. And ladies, it's up to you guys to support it and get it for the men in your life, your brothers, your cousins. A lot of those mental health shirts, they haven't sold. I'm really disappointed in that. It hurts, because this is Men's Health Month and nobody's contributing to it. But Juneteenth, y'all love that. Y'all love the Juneteenth ones. Those are crazy. Y'all buying those crazy. But I was really hoping that the men's health shirts will get more sales. But it's been Juneteenth right now. Remember, I got Father's Day on there too. Juneteenth is more important to y'all than Father's Day and men's health. I got it. I got y'all. That's why I have to cater to every audience, because everybody's not going to want to get that. So all I'm saying, guys, is whether you guys support me or not, Richard Jefferson, who y'all see him on ESPN all the time. He's a bald-headed, light-skinned guy. We had beef, and then we solved the beef. I sent him a customized mug of his granddad that passed away, who he looked at as his dad, and I sent him 2 customized shirts. He told me he almost broke down and cried. And we're talking about a man who's worth $50 million, who's wanting to do business with me now. So y'all don't have to support me. Somebody's going to. Leon Rogers, who works for WGCI, who was in The Barbershop and a whole bunch of other movies, he actually rocked the Chicago edition mental health shirt on his WGCI page. And I got 15 people from Chicago to buy that same shirt. So Leon Rogers is followed by a lot of celebrities, from comedians to Ice Cube. I'm blessed in other ways. So that's why I say I do a lot of stuff for free, because God's going to bless me in other ways, you guys. And even if you can't afford a shirt, it's free to share it, right? Maybe they can afford the shirt. You might not can't, but I see people getting their nails done. Women, a typical full set is what, $65? The cheapest shirt.
Running about 80-85 out here. I don't know how it is out there in Chicago,
well,
but
yeah,
New York,
in Chicago,
it done went up close to $100 for a whole set, and we ain't even talk about a pedicure either.
Here's the thing: for what I used to get is the I used to get the gel no chip on my natural nail. That's $45 fucking dollars. That's for my natural nail, and I got the hard coating on them because I play ball. My natural nails used to always break when I played ball. That shit hurt. If anybody's ever had a nail come off in the center, starting from the center, you feel like you're gonna die. It feel like a salt episode, right? So I get my nails done, my natural nails done. I get that hard coating on there so that they don't break as easy. That's $45. So I know you women are spending, like he said, $80, $85. And y'all tripping off of a $30 shirt, no tax, free shipping. Y'all, are y'all that hurt? Y'all wigs.
I'm keeping 100, because the nail technicians is making bank on a lot of women right now.
Ling Ling,
Yeah, I'm just keeping 100. I ain't gonna sit here and lie, but that's a good field if somebody want to make a good buck.
Look, Ling Ling and them, they talking about y'all in their language, and y'all don't even know it. But what I'm saying is, it doesn't hurt for you to invest. And I just don't have mental health shirts on my page. I have shirts for women, empowerment shirts, beauty, boss, a lot of stuff like that. I have other shirts, and you can customize a shirt. Hey, Daphne, my daughter, her birthday's coming up. Can you do her face on a shirt with a cake in the background? I do all that for $30 fucking dollars. I'm cheap. I know other people that will charge you an arm and a leg for that. I don't charge you for the design. I don't charge you for the time I put into making your design fit you. Then I put it on a shirt, and then I do the rest from there. I think I'm very cheap, cheaper than most of these pages. The Shade Room, their shirts are $55 before tax, before shipping. I don't know how y'all making these pages big, and they don't give a fuck about y'all. So what I'm saying is, know that I'm going to still do what I do, whether y'all support me or not. There's bigger people who love my brand, and it's going to take a little bit. But once we come to a business decision, I'll be able to do giveaways. I'll be able to pay people's rent in full. I want to do that type of stuff for y'all just because I love y'all. Not even because I want recognition. You won't see me going into these the slums and saying, look, I'm giving this homeless man $10. Yay! You got a lot of these pages that are doing that, getting 10 million views, and y'all paying them 30, 40,000 a month for that. How much are they giving y'all back? Nothing. And also, guys, be careful with these YouTubers who are showing you homeless people and them giving away cars and stuff. They're paid actors and actresses. I just found that out. They will go and tell somebody to dress homeless. I'm going to give you this car. You're going to drive off, and I'm going to walk the other way. And y'all get them 50 million views. Y'all just got them a good $60,000, $70,000 check. How much are they giving you back? Nothing. So that's why I don't believe in people who have to show what they do, because it should come from your heart. That's how you get blessed, because you do it from your heart. That's why when people say, well, I haven't seen nobody saying you paid their rent. Well, I don't like that type of recognition, because I didn't do it for that. I did it because I wanted them to be able to live in a place where they're not worried about being kicked out the next day, right? But if they want to do that on their own free will, they can. I don't mind people sharing a shirt design I did, because that helps my business, yeah. But I don't need you telling people I paid your light bill. That's not. I mean, if you went to the state, would they tell everyone that you did that? No, it's confidential. I'm confidential too. I respect you. Just don't play me. Just don't lie to me. So again, I also talk with people that work for the radio who do giveaways and how we can do it. I'm trying to come up with different ideas so I can be different. I don't want you guys to have to follow me and then like 10 of my pictures and then tell 15 people to join my page and then go back and no, y'all notice those pages that do that? They make you go through 50 hoops just to get your rent paid. To me, that's fraud. All you have to do is subscribe to me so I know you're there. That's it. You ain't got to share it and tell everybody that you need help with your rent. That's embarrassing. I'm tired of these pages doing that shit. Why not just give them the money? Why put them through a ring of fire? They're already going through that right now. So again, y'all, just know that I'm different. You ain't got to do 50 things just to get blessed by me. You don't. Now, I know that Art of Kicks, a different perspective. He is going to be doing a giveaway for free shirts. I think his thing is you just have to be following us on Instagram and subscribing to us on YouTube. That's simple. I don't mind that. But you got these pages that will tell you to tag 10 friends. Why would I want 10 of my friends to know I need help? You feel me? That's stupid. But if you subscribe to me and you follow me, no one's going to know what you're doing. Right? And then when we pick the winner, we're going to DM you. Everything is in confidentiality. Understand how we do things on this end, y'all. You feel me? Because a lot of these pages are making money. They are. But they're not giving shit back to y'all. And that's, you guys are the ones that's making them the money. So I'm just saying, you guys, there's a lot of good people out there in this world. And I hope that if anybody is going through something tough in their life today and they feel like there's no way, remember, when you're at that point where you feel like everything's going to crash, that's when everything's going to get better. If you're going through a mental health thing where you don't want to tell nobody your personal business, but you want to tell me, email me at accountabilityqueen@aol.com. I will read it and I will respond back to you. If you're in a position where you feel like you're going to cut yourself or harm yourself, you need to call 911. I cannot do anything about that from Illinois. Now, if you're telling me that, I am gonna have someone run your IP. I don't go that deep, but someone will go that deep. And then I get your location. And if you're lying, then you might do some time because I don't like to be played with. So if you're feeling suicidal, to me, that's a 911, not Daphne. Please don't do that to me. Last person that did that to me, I wanted blood. I did not like that, to be played with. My whole day was ruined because of him lying to me. Oh, I'm about to kill myself. If you're reading this, I'm already dead, and the motherfucker is alive and well, just trying to avoid going to court. You guys can't do that type of stuff. Please don't. Please. I don't deserve that. So all I'm saying, guys, is we're going to keep calling out the negative shit, and we're going to keep on holding people accountable. I just need y'all to continue to support. Even if you cannot afford a $30 shirt, if you have an Instagram, if you have a Facebook, it is free to share because somebody else might sit and say, you know what? I want a shirt made. And remember, if there's something on the website that you want that's not there, there's a customized option. $30 to customize a regular shirt. $35 if it's a mental health shirt and you want me to add your favorite city. I will be doing a rep your city. Leon Rogers helped me with this. Why not do a rep your city? Why not think about when I saw him rocking Chicago, people were like, I want Texas. It was him. He's the one that sparked that. So I will be doing a rep your city. I'm only choosing 10 cities to give you guys an idea. If your city isn't on there, your state, I can customize. But a lot of people want to be the first ones in their state to rock a mental health shirt with all the teams or all the background. That's something different. So again, I will be doing a rep your city. I will be releasing the 4th of July shirts really soon too. Those did good last year. I think last year I sold over like 70 4th of July mental health edition shirts. It was pretty dope. I was shocked. I didn't think it was going to do well. So again, guys, a lot of y'all do support me and I love y'all for that. It makes me happy to see that y'all care. And it makes me happy to know that a lot of you guys do support the mental health brand. And then there's people that might just send me a cash app and say, hey, if someone needs gas, here's $20. Here's $2. It doesn't matter, guys. I'm not going to sit here and ask you guys to send me anything. I don't do that. What I do want you to do is take care of your health. Drink your water, get your sleep, and know that you are important in this world. Don't let nobody tell you different. If you're looking for a job and it's been hard for you, maybe it's your resume. Send me your resume. Let me take a look at it. I used to do that for a living, and I threw a lot of them in the trash because y'all were doing too much on that resume. There's certain things that we would look for in a resume. You only have a few seconds to gain our interest, right? If you need help with that, I will be more than happy to help you with your resume, see what state you in. Maybe I got some connections in that state and we can get you a job. Life is hard, you guys. It's hard. But one thing I don't want you to do is let that get you down, because you are very important. You are beautiful, handsome, strong, powerful, courageous. A lot of y'all have went through something in your life where you thought it was over and you made it, didn't you? So you can make it through this storm too. Just know that I got your back. And no matter who says anything negative about me, I'm not going to address every hater. What I am going to start doing is blocking people, because I don't have time to run thousands of pages every day. I don't have to deal with these haters no more. People will say, no, let them stay on your page unblocked. No, I can't do that. Not with 11 violations, I can't. That will mean that that same hater that's unblocked can start going down to my old shit and report me. I got a 30-day ban for something I said 5 years ago on Facebook. So do y'all see what I'm saying? I can't let my haters just sit there unblocked. I can't do that no more. I'm only maybe 1 or 2 reports away from losing my second Instagram. My first Instagram had 87,000 followers, y'all, and it was gone overnight. It was gone. So unfortunately, when you have that many people reporting old shit on you, you have to block them. What I do like about Instagram, if you block a page, it blocks any page that you're associated with. You might have 10 pages on your Instagram, right? Instagram will block all those other pages automatically. So they will never be able to come back on my page and try to block me. They can send someone to try to do it, but then I'll block them too. So what I've been doing now is blocking people so I could protect my brand, because whoever reported me, I did win that report. I won it on Instagram. That was my first one I won in like 2 years. I don't win a lot of them. And then I did make a post about Azalea Banks, talking about DC Young Fly's his spouse, and talking about him. That got reported for hate speech, y'all. And I was speaking in code. So clearly, I'm thinking it was Azalea who did it, just like Cardi B got me last year. These celebrities get heartbroken too when you hold them accountable. Last year, when I posted that video of Cardi B, that got taken down. This year, Azalea Banks got me. So again, somebody's pissed. You only can get hate speech if someone says it's hate speech, right? But she can talk about DC Young Fly and call him a nigga and say that that's his karma. And Instagram didn't do shit about her doing that, right? But they got me. Y'all see what I'm saying? If you're talking about a man, they're like, yay! But if you talk about a woman, you're coming down. That's the perfect example, y'all. They got me, but they didn't get her. You can't say nigga on Instagram. Tell me when you can say that. So again, y'all see what they doing to me. It's me. They just don't like me. I've only had this page not even a year, and I'm already at 11 violations. That should tell y'all enough. This shit can't be fake. So again, I do have a backup. I figured you would say that. Is the backup? I figured with a D, you would say that. YOU would say that. That's my backup page. That's my backup page, because I'm on the verge of losing this second page. Now I'll be going on page number 3. So again, y'all, clearly something I'm saying is real, because it's hurting people, right? So again, to those who want to just get my attention because you want someone to look at your half-naked selfies, you're just going to be blocked. I'm not even going to waste my time. And then they're going to probably come back and say, well, she blocked me because she couldn't take the truth. No, I blocked them because people like that are the ones who report me for shit I said 7 years ago. I can't keep them unblocked, y'all. I can't. Sorry. If I had like 1 violation, I wouldn't give a fuck. But 11, it changes your life a little bit, right? So again, I just want y'all to know that I am gonna do another show next week. No. Father's Day is next week. Maybe on Saturday I do a show, or maybe Friday. Actually, no. I'm gonna let Father's Day go next week. That's y'all week. I'm not gonna do that. The week after, I'm gonna do a show called Why Are You Single? I want to talk to men and women on why they're single. I want accountability to be taken. Tell me why you're single, because you're loud, you're ghetto, you're a mess. I need to know the truth of why you are single. Why are you single? How long you've been single? What your last relationship was like? This is going to be like a relationship episode, because a lot of people say they're single because of he did this and he did that. Eventually, we got to take accountability and say, I did that, right? So I'm just saying, you guys, there's a lot we're going to do. Now, to those who ask me again, I still do have the Father's Day shirts. They will be coming down probably in the next few days. But when you think about it, Father's Day is every day, just like Mother's Day is, right? So I kept the Mother's Day shirts on until the end of May. I'm 50-50 on keeping the men's ones, because I want to put my 4th of July collection out. But right now I do have Father's Day shirts, men's mental health shirts, Juneteenth. And if you have a 2023 grad from high school, college, I got you. I do have black and gold shirts on the website. They're pretty dope. I did have 4 people order so far, and I'm happy about that. And then I'm gonna do the Rep Your City. Probably later on today, I'll put the Rep Your City. I'm gonna choose 10 states, and I'm gonna show all the teams on one, and then the backdrop on another one. It's gonna be pretty dope. All those Rep Your City shirts, mental health, $35. That's it. If you want me to do something particular, like put your kids in the logo, things like that, it's not gonna change. $35. The price will never go up on the shirt. The shirts are always going to be $30 or $35, nothing more. That's what you're going to get from me. I don't care how much effort I got to put into your design. It's still going to be what it is. So I try to make it cost effective for y'all. Because when y'all be buying one shirt and you get the postage for me and it says $9 on there, y'all be like, well, really? I only spent $20 on the shirt. You see how it changes you a little bit? How I'm not really trying to screw y'all with the pay? I'm not really making a big profit off of these shirts. So I just want y'all to know that I'm doing it because I want you to raise awareness in your state, right? So all I'm saying, guys, is thank you so much for supporting me. Please invest in getting a good gift for the men in your life. I know I got Nikki on here. I'm going to talk to Nikki outside of this because I know she had a lot of static. We will do a part 2 of this because I know a lot of people weren't prepared for this one. They weren't ready. We're going to try to put one in every month. A trauma episode. It'll be trauma episode 2, and we're just going to keep the series going because eventually people are going to start opening up. I think a lot of people wanted to see how this one went before they spoke. We heard some really sad stories on the male side and the female side. What Nikki went through, what Daquan went through, what Zay's going through. People do go through a lot. They do. And until we speak about it, we won't know. But at least you guys know a lot about my life. Y'all can stop making up those fake stories that I came from a perfect house. I did not. I did not come from a perfect house. It was very hard. I told y'all about my life already, right? And it's good to beat people to the punch so they can't say, well, wasn't your ass on suicide watch? Okay, and I'm not there anymore. It's okay. We all overcome things like that to become who we are today, right? I might have went through that in 2011, but as of 2023, I hold 4 college degrees. I don't know many people with 1 degree. I have 4 college degrees and 2 are at the master's level. 1 is in psychology with life coaching. The other one's in management with leadership. So each master's that I did an emphasis, which means that my ass was in school longer than the normal person. And yet I still have 4 college degrees. No one can take that from me. So I'm not just sitting on these panels telling y'all to go to school and telling y'all what to do. I did that shit. Each degree that I got it in a 2-year increment. I didn't mean to do it like that. That's how it worked. 15, 17, 19, and 21. Each one of those years, I got a degree. I'm retired now. I'm helping my brother with his master's, but I'm done with school. I considered a PhD, but I think 2 masters is enough. What y'all think? I think that's enough. So I want y'all to know that if you're trying to get back into school, reach out to me. Let's talk about you getting your degree. If you already have credits out there, you might as well get the degree, right? Don't let it sit there. One thing I learned about the corporate America, when you're trying to work for these white people, when I was working for these white people, they wanted you to have credentials and experience. We got to have extra. That's just how it was. So most of the people that saw my resume, it scared them. 2 masters. This is what they used to say to me. Why'd you need 2? 1 wasn't enough? Why are you hating? Just because you don't have 1. Most of the people that I used to interview with when I had my first master's, they didn't even have a master. They had a bachelor's. So you know how they was feeling. She might take my job. So it's a threat to have 2. It's like a loaded gun, right? They're scared. So one thing they can't take from you is your degree, you guys. Men, women, even if you don't want to go to school for a degree, get a trade. Cosmetology, esthetician, barbering. Those are quick programs too. I can help you with that too. I have different connections all over. I got y'all. Education was big to me because I didn't get to go out of high school. I wish I could have. So what I'm saying, you guys, is that you can do it. My brother's working on his MBA right now, and I'm even though I'm retired, I came out of retirement to help my brother because I got 2 of them. His wife has a master's, so education is big in this household. So he said, you know what? Let me get 1 too, so that when our kids get older, they can't say nothing to us. We both got a master's. That's true. Your kids will look at you and say, well, you want me to get a degree and your ass ain't got nothing. Well, don't do like I do. Do like kids ain't falling for that reverse psychology no more, y'all. They not. If you didn't get the degree, they not getting shit either. Instead, y'all spending $10,000 on a bullshit ass prom that's 3 hours. Then when prom is over and they graduate, they're working at Burger King because you didn't set them up to go to college. Oh, well, you don't need a degree to work at a corporate America job that pays you 100 grand. Okay, you show me how many kids at 18 and 19 are making 100 grand at a high school. If you can show me that, I cash app you because I know that's full of shit. Unless they were born into that, your average black 18, 19-year-old that's graduating high school, they're not going to go into no six-figure job without a degree. Sorry, your parents are lying to you. Just because Bill Gates and all these other people did it, living in their car, that was years ago. We're talking about 2023, y'all. Nowadays, you're not going to get no six-figure job with just your high school diploma. Get out of here. You got to gain the experience. You're going to be working at Taco Bell for 10 years, Walmart. Then you're going to get a degree. It's going to be a long life for y'all. Why not change that today? Stop spending all your money on prom and invest in your kids' education. Y'all want them to do drive-offs and show-ups and all this other bullshit. Spending and wasting all that money when you can get them a trade. So all I'm saying, you guys, is I'm hoping that I was able to help somebody today with them hearing my story. Even if you didn't tell yours, go back and listen to mine. When you see all the things, I forgave the woman who cut basketball for me, and she passed away. That coach, my coach, she ended up dying. She died over the weekend. She was supposed to start a principal job on Monday, and she died over the weekend. Blood clot to the brain, killed her in her sleep. Her body sat there. Someone had to go and check on her. I actually cried. The same woman who took basketball from me, I was able to forgive her, and we were able to become friends on Facebook before she died. So when I tell y'all about the way things work out for people, if you don't forgive the people that hurt you, you're going to regret that. If I never said I accept your apology and I'm sorry for hating you, I would have felt bad that she died and I didn't get to say my piece. So I'm thankful that I was able to tell the woman who took basketball from me, who admitted to being jealous of me, that I forgive her. And we became Facebook friends up until she died. We always think that we can control life, but you can't. That woman was due to start a six-figure job on Monday as a principal. That's a big, big job. We're talking about 115 a year. That's some good money. She told everybody on Friday, okay, y'all, see y'all on Monday. Okay, yeah. And she died over the weekend. Y'all see how life works? Y'all think y'all gonna be there, but you don't know if you're gonna be there. So live in the moment, enjoy the moment, and be thankful that you're alive. That's all I can say. Be thankful. Okay, I will be doing a show called Why You Are Single. Why Are You Single? So if you are single and you've been single for a little while, I need you to email me. I'm not going to grill you, but I would love to know like your story. And I want men and women to both give me an equal, amount of women and men to tell me why that they've been single as long as they've been single. And I'm talking about 6 months to a year single. If you tell me, yeah, Daphne, I've been single for 48 hours, I might block you. I need someone that's been single 6 months or longer. I need there to be some time. Okay? And all we're going to do, because a lot of people might say, I'm single for this reason, and 50 people can agree with you there. But then there might be a solution to that, right? So sometimes you're single because of your attitude. A lot of y'all have bad attitudes. When I came here to Chicago, I smiled at people. That was different. That's how they knew I wasn't from here. I got checked many times. You can't be from here. Women just don't smile. Why? Why? We're alive. So that was the first thing that people noticed about me when I moved out here almost 11 years ago. They wanted to know why I was so happy with life. Why was there a glow about me? Because out here, you had to be mean and have that attitude. That just wasn't me, y'all. I overcame that, right? So again, guys, if you're trying to change yourself, please do that. If you need my help, I can help you as much as I can, but I'm not perfect. So like I tell everybody, I have been talking to people already. But if you want to just shoot me an email, accountabilityqueen@aol.com. If you're looking to still purchase a shirt for your family, you won't get it on time for Father's Day, but you will get it this month. Juneteenth shirts are still up there. Men's mental health shirts are still on there. That's the whole month of June. So even if you can't get them a Father's Day shirt, get them a men's health shirt. The color blue is beautiful. So The website is mentalhealth2011.com. It's on the ticker at the top. Like I said, guys, if you can't afford a shirt, I don't have a problem with you sharing the page, sharing it, doing what you can to promote it, because maybe they'll be able to get you a shirt. You never know. But all I'm saying, guys, is I got your back. And to those who have purchased a shirt last week, I did put a rush order on my distributor to get it here quick. I will be getting those out to you as soon as I can. Bear with me. And to those who have continued to support me from day one, I appreciate y'all. And to women who think I hate women, I love women. I love men and women, and I want y'all to do better. And a part of that love and mental health coaching is accountability. So when y'all see me holding someone accountable, don't throw in my face that I'm a mental health coach. That doesn't mean that I can't hold you accountable. That's stupid. Because you're not going to, what do you want me to do? Cater to you? I'm not going to do that. So please know that I am a mental health coach. I am helping people out, but I'm also going to be that mean person too, and firm, because I don't want you to get by in life thinking that it's okay to be a piece of shit. Okay? So again, y'all, I just want you guys to know that I got your back. And I want you guys to know that at the end of the day, you can do it if you put your mind to it. I hope that you guys continue to subscribe to me. I am doing the Why Are You Single episode. Again, I don't know. It depends on how many people I can get. Maybe I do it during the week instead of, because the weekend is for men. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That's Father's Day weekend leading to Father's Day. I want to give y'all that respect. To those fathers out there who are grinding every day and they don't get the recognition, I appreciate you. Thank you for being good men in your kids' lives. Thank you. Thank you for not bashing the mother on social media. I will be posting about a man named Desmond Durham. He got his master's degree, working 3 jobs and supporting his son. They posted about him on the news, and guess what women did? They made it about them. So I will be posting that today and showing the names of those women who could not give a man, a good job. They had to be negative because some people need to be brought down a little bit. So at the end of the day, if you're going to say that on a public platform that a man doesn't deserve recognition because women don't get recognized, women are recognized for graduating with an associate's. Get the fuck out of here. I've seen more posts in my life about women who got a small degree with 1 kid than I have of men. So for women to think that they don't get recognition, there's over 100 grants that a woman can get going to school than a man. A man is only like 3 grants. They got the single mothers grant, the independent woman grant, mother with kids grant, homeless mothers grant. They got so many grants for women, but only 3 to 4 for men. Make it make sense. Women can get child care. Women can get government assistance just like that. But a father supporting his son, he has to work 3 jobs for a reason, because the government isn't just going to up and give him stamps. They're going to try to locate the mother. Well, let's make sure he's telling the truth. Let's verify before we approve his app. That's why the man had to work 3 damn jobs. You women talk about, I do that every day. You a fucking lie. While mom is watching the kids, while the government is watching the kids, you now have time to do that. Stop it. That's why women are the most educated. We have the most resources, daycare, government assistance, grants, scholarships. We better be the most educated. We get the most. Men don't get shit. They don't have a men doing it all grant, single men empowerment grant. They don't have that. Show me. I've been in education over 11 years and I haven't seen it. So again, ladies, stop thinking it's all about you. It's harder for a man to get a degree than y'all because you guys can get the help. You can get daycare. You can get child care. You can get all that shit while you're trying to get a degree. A man can't. Your mama usually watches the kids. Your sister watches the kids. Your cousin's cousin watches the kids. But men, if he does that, he's a deadbeat dad. So again, shout out to Desmond who did that with 3 jobs and going for a master's. If anybody knows about a master's, I got 2 of them. You have to maintain a 3.0 GPA. If you get a C, that's an F. That's how hard that is. So if you get a bachelor's, ladies, that's easy. You can ride through with a 2.0. You can get a C- average. You can get all D's and still pass with a bachelor's. But a master's, nah. This man did this with a master's. 3 jobs, supporting his son, and got that master's degree. It's hard. And it's in education. So he has to do his hours. He had to do the licensing. Do y'all realize how hard that shit is? So again, I'm going to be appreciating him today on my Instagram. So ladies, I would just tell you to scroll through if you don't want to give him kudos. If any of you women attack him, you will be the next post. That's all I'm going to say, because this is about him. Men don't get that recognition. They don't. My dad didn't get a news post about supporting 4 kids when my mom died. See, when it's a man, women will say that's what he's supposed to do. Well, then let's stop recognizing women, because that's what you're fucking supposed to do. Be at home with the kids, right? That's what you're supposed to do. So y'all don't need no recognition no more. So I'm just saying, y'all. See, Ziggy said he had the Pell Grant. Look, when I worked in education, there was like 8 or 9 grants a woman can get. She was going to school basically for free. They have so many grants for women, especially with kids. Kids is icing on the cake. So y'all, please understand. Please understand that I'm not attacking women. I'm just attacking how there's no resources for men. So again, you guys, I want to say thank you for attending my show today. I'm glad I didn't make this too long. I'm going to be wrapping up. I just want to tell you guys that I appreciate you. Keep supporting me and I'll support you. If you have a story you want to tell me, accountabilityqueen@aol.com. Instagram is Queen of Accountability. Facebook, I'm not on there as much because they're banning me right now, right? But if you guys have a story to tell me, I'm willing to listen, okay? Again, my mental health website, mentalhealth2011.com. You can still purchase a shirt. It's not too late. It'll just get there late, a little bit after Father's Day. But hey, better now than not at all, right? So yeah, guys, to everybody listening today in the comments, thank you guys so much for listening in today. I know I didn't have a big listening party. I bet you if this was about a hater not liking me, I probably would have had about 200-300 listeners. You know, if you are someone that doesn't like me or like what I do, I want to hear from you. Let's talk. I would like to do a part 2 of that too and keep that going, because I know a lot of people have different views than me. I want to hear your side. So if you want to come onto my show, you can be anonymous. I just have to verify that you're real, and we good. And we can talk about why you don't like what I do. You can say I like you, I just don't like what you do. That's fine. Let's talk about it. So again, guys, with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up. I hope that you guys all have a great rest of your Sunday. And I want you guys to stay strong and hang in there. Know that this is not your final destination. Keep your eyes open. Ladies, keep your legs closed. Okay? And the only time you should be speaking is if you're speaking something of power. Don't bring negativity into your life, into your atmosphere. It will consume you. Y'all got to start thinking positive. Sometimes you have to cut off your moms and your aunts who are telling you negative stuff. If you are married, listen to your husband. He'll listen to you. Your parents should never come before your spouse. That's a lot of you women keep thinking daddy and mommy come before husband. No, your husband is first. Remember that. So guys, all I'm saying is if you need any guidance and help, you know how to reach me. I hope you guys had a good show with me today. And I'll be listening to you guys with your feedback. And I'm hoping to see you on the next show. Okay? Stay strong and have a great day.